Hmm.
What's this new item?
I will go. I need to.
Oh,
Stop
what the?
for a second. Ooh.
Hmm.
Ooh.
Skull of the False Hydra.
What's that?
Oh, I see
Yeah,
it,
we
yeah.
just see the picture.
Yo.
I see the picture, but it's in the items tab, it seems.
The best part about
Wait, where's the item tab? Oh.
I mean, the best part about farming false Hydra skulls is you get so many skulls per Hydra.
Alan looks at this and wonders why he feels a need to wrestle with it.
Wait, where did we find the skull?
Uh-huh.
Oh, it's just okay. All right, let's see.
And we each have one, or is it just one of us?
It looks like just
One.
one.
So I was gonna ask people at the end of last session, did we long rest?
It seems so.
Uh,
Or at least going by the RP chat, it seemed to be looking like we're all taking the 1 week rest.
it just all we ended on last time was we just returned back to Candlekeep and then went to the House of Rest, and that was it, or whatever it's called. Yeah, the House of Rest. We did not decide if we wanted to do the full week's rest or not.
Okay.
We just want
Well-
to fast forward that 1 week then?
Sure.
I don't mind.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll yeah.
So if we fast forward through that week, then we all get our rest dice back?
Yes.
I need to open up my sheets for a while.
Oops.
Mhm.
There we go.
Sure.
By the way, who wants the skull of the False Hydra?
Wait, do we recover all of our dice after a long rest? Or what is it? Okay, I need to do it again. It didn't give me all my dice back. God damn it. There we go.
Okay.
Sure. Yeah.
Why?
By the way, I can't see. Does it tell us if it's attunement?
Mhm.
Yeah. Is there
Which-
properties that you can add that just says attunement?
I mean, yeah, under details, it's right there. It just says attunement required.
Okay, so that's where you'll have to see it then.
What is it?
So with the false Hydra skull, from all I can understand from this is that
Oh,
like
I see.
I'm able to do this. That is all I got from that.
Yeah. I mean, I already have an additional 5 feet greater than normal reach, so the thought of me having a 15-foot reach is really funny.
Your
You should
body can
take it
stretch
and
in
just go like,
disgusting ways, and you get
oh.
resistance to psychic damage, which is amazing for a barbarian. Just saying.
And so Jacob wants to be well known and noticed, so I feel like this one's counter to that theme.
I don't think Alan would get much use out of this either, since he already has access to range. So I'm fully okay with Nona taking the skull of the false Hydra.
I am okay with it. I wouldn't mind it either for the ability to just basically be invisible in a way or unperceptible, but I think it probably fits Nona really good because I can't make use of that first part.
Alright.
So down for handing it to Nona.
Really quickly, ruler! Holy shit! Okay, that's it. That's all I had to say.
Nona seems like the kind of character here that also look pretty good with like a skull, you know?
True.
Is it transparent? You just make it transparent and just like slap it on the original art, you know?
Ugh.
Have we decided who has the rest of these items? The tentacle rod, the wind fan, and stuff.
I think we did. Wind fan currently went to Maya. I think it's in Ash's notes actually. It's in her recaps.
Yes.
Robo Mending went
Yeah.
to Alan. Wind fan went to Maya. Tentacle Rod went to Ash.
The
And
ring
Ring
of
of
jumping,
Jumping.
did we say in chat? I feel like we were talking about like somebody who wasn't there taking it.
I think that we were talking about me taking it, but if you guys want it, that's fine.
No, I think you weren't
was
there that
unclaimed.
session.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you can take it if you want. All yours. Votes for Tony to have Ring of Jumping, I guess. Vote here.
Hell yeah, let's
Yep.
go,
The thing is,
Tony.
I don't really need to jump because I mean, it's good for now, but
I mean, this is basically starter magic items. We're basically
that's true.
Weenie Hut Jr.
that is true. I was just like,
Just you all wait until I can start making more magic items.
I don't know. That skull of the false Hydra's pretty baller.
Oh, also while we're going through our week, you know, taking our long rest, just taking it easy, it's possible for us to buy things, correct?
Oh, I don't have enough money to buy anything. Yeah.
Oh no, I'm not looking for magic items. I'm looking for tools. Oh, let's go.
Oh no, go ahead. Go ahead.
Mm-hmm. That's pretty sick. I love that. Oof. Oh man, there's so much shit I gotta get. Or maybe there's some much shit I gotta get. I actually don't know, and I now I'm getting like, oh, I'm freezing up.
Oh no.
So, is there who's it looking like runs the establishment here, or? Oh man, I understand that completely. So, Gotta get those credits somehow. So I'm gonna go ahead. Hello. I was wondering if it was possible to purchase tools of trade here. Would you happen to have Tinker's tools and Smith's tools? Perfect.
Buy a poisoner's kit.
Oh. Oh, right. I was forgetting alchemist supplies as well, and I have been needing a new dragon chest set also. Oh, there's so many things. I like to imagine there's like a little area where you have like people like running like a game called Dragons and Dungeons over like it's like game night.
Just off to the side.
There's a Dragon and Dungeons game going on.
Yeah.
Sounds about
Not
right.
companies and cubicles.
I was thinking like, oh man, I don't know. I already ran like deep water, but I was hoping to run it again. Oh no way! They have a book of Tomb of Obliteration. Let's go.
So Jacob,
That's
so Jacob
yeah,
Sanghouse,
yeah.
so Jacob Sanghouse just makes another character named Sir Jacob Sanghouse.
Oh my god.
Ah yes, but the tools I would like to get, alchemist supplies, yeah, Tinker's tools, Smith's tools, and that dragon chest set.
I'm surprised you're not taking carpeting tools.
I'm getting there. I'm seeing how much this cost me first. Here, let me Google it.
Wow. Okay. Fuck yeah.
I just pulled it up on fucking D&D 5e.
It's right there.
I at some point I want to pick up navigator's tools and like some random like maps of nearby oceans to try and like conspiracy theory red string my way to like where the island is in real life.
Oh.
Gotcha, like an atlas more or less.
It doesn't have the price listed for a dragon chest, but on D&D 5e wiki it says it's 1 gold. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I know how 3 Dragonante works. It's basically just like blackjack, but use it with dice instead. It's actually pretty... I've been trying to push my players in Baldur's Gate to, like, play that because that's actually where the game comes from, but they're weenies, so here we are.
Oh my god. You can, if you hit the 3 dots and hit equipment shop, you can just type in items, and they have gold pieces on them, and then you can click buy, and it'll just subtract gold, and
Yep.
put them in your inventory.
Oh.
Wait, so repeat that? I can probably do that right now. So
Under the
cool.
import button,
Mhm.
hit
Yeah.
equipment shop. You
Okay.
can type in an equipment name, and then press the little
Okay.
arrow on the right. It'll add like a shopping cart basically.
Oh, okay, let me try that then.
In the top right, it says how many gold pieces you have remaining, and then
What
at the
the-
bottom you hit confirm, and it just like buys it all.
And does that add to your inventory automatically?
Yeah, it takes a second, but it adds to your inventories, and it also subtracts the gold.
Okay, so we need
I mean, it only has some
tinkers.
items in there. Yeah.
Mm. No, it doesn't.
I love how something that's just here under equipment is just airship.
I bought an airship in Tomb of Annihilation.
Oh my god.
Nice.
It was called the SS Dawn. And me and Jake co-owned it.
Hell yeah.
Is there
Yeah,
anything here that we cannot buy?
Drugs!
Cool. Guess who's buying some Alchemist's Fire?
Alan.
Already my wallet?
you're right. Actually, I forgot like your character is such a fucking little nerd with the character that you were
Shit.
playing last
Damn.
time.
Okay.
It was hilarious because in the one shot I played the exact opposite of a nerd.
Yeah. So now I'm just like, what the hell? Where's my boy?
Where's my big lad?
Where's our beefy boy?
You guys missed out. You should have joined. It was really fun.
I wish I could have, but I ended up pulling almost a 10-hour shift last Saturday.
Ooh, that sounds painful.
Very
Yeah.
All right. While we are in the mall, I feel like it would be useful if perhaps I purchase a potion of healing. So I'm going to do that. Not to say I don't trust
Actually,
us.
fuck it,
But
I'm just gonna
could
load
be
up on
useful.
tools.
How much gold do we have?
You have what you have, I think.
Yeah, which I have.
Everyone, so from our recent adventures, you should all have, because I wrote it down in the notes, everybody should have gotten 233 gold pieces.
That is exactly how much I have.
I did not add that, so thank you.
Yeah, if you haven't spent anything, you're probably with me on 233.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, how did I get 260?
Yeah, I have like 27 gold from something else. I don't
know if you started with that or something like that. Could be, depending on your background or whatever.
I'm
Maybe?
not sure.
Anyway, all right, cool.
I'd like to spend a lot of the week performing in the House of Rest, singing like pirate shanties and telling stories.
Wait a minute, it didn't add it to my. Hold on a second.
Not necessarily even for money, but just to like get to know the people who frequent the place, and then talk to them about pirate stories and if they know the whereabouts of the treasure of Captain Deathbone. Sorry, Captain Tortuga.
You forgot your own story.
Because I was playing with
It's been 2
naming him.
weeks.
I was playing with naming him Captain Deathbone, but then I forgot that I didn't go with Deathbone, and I went with Tortuga instead because Tortuga's better. Yes. a number.
18.
Ooh.
Pretty good.
Yes, sir. Since this is very important to me, can I say that I was casting guidance on myself as I did this? Hello, sir. I have a question. Hello, sir. I have a question. Guidance. All right. Every time. No. I'll just roll a normal. Ooh. Hmm. Wait. We just got off the island with the dragon turtle. I bet. I plan to keep. Boy, that book. I'm gonna read it. Yes, sir. Can I persuade you to spoil it? There's so much to read, you see. Many hands. Many hands make light. Many hands make light work. Well, I'm planning to read many things.
Can't just spoil books. God. Nice roll.
No. Mm-hmm. Mhm. Oh, fascinating. Is the name revealed, or is it simply left a mystery? Fascinating. Well, you have rekindled my fire, good sir. I will return to the maroon ship in time. Absolutely. What was your name?
Flynn.
Gwen?
Wait. Whose name is Glenn?
The girl.
Oh, I thought Jacob was chatting with little one. Never mind.
Not little.
I didn't think so, but okay. With Glenn, okay.
Spoiled rotten. It's true.
Yes, I wanted to see. Okay, so
You want to go to school?
Yeah, I really do. I kind of want to take like if there's some kind of like seminars or something, and just like vibe with the students.
What up, kids?
How do you do, fellow kids?
I am actually a kid myself, so you know.
You should turn the chair around and sit on it backwards. That's how you know.
Ooh.
Is
That's a
that a
good idea.
possibility? If not, then I'll just.
You gotta sit on the desk, you know, but you have to like choose like the desk that's like second from the back and it's like right next to the window.
I did.
Yeah, it was 4 or 5. What? Okay, let me write that down.
Yes. History of literature, of modern literature. I don't know.
What?
Yes.
Hmm.
Wow. Not that fruitful. How did I have -1? Jesus Christ. This is boring. My goal is to try to befriend the professors.
Ooh.
Yeah, okay, that's fair. Sure. What's the check?
I'm thinking
I don't know.
persuasion, probably.
That why we're rolling the garbage? What the fuck? See, like my goal is to use some of these like famous professors to somehow get like a read on what's going on in the inner ward, and if there's a way for me to get there without like going to the library.
I am going to ingratiate myself with the support staff. So I'll be doing odd jobs around the campus, helping out wherever possible, and trying to learn all the juicy gossip. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. All right. It'd be a pleasure to help you out as much as possible. But but where is like the workplace drama? Where is that? Oh, these two people are actually fighting, but they're pretending to be best friends because they're trying to impress this other person. That's the juicy gossip she's looking for.
That's so funny.
This is what she's looking for when she's not helping out at the stables. She'll help out with the stables just because that's where she's needed, and then she'll try to get in with the stable hands and see if they know what's going on. Plenty of people probably come to the stables to like vent and such, right? Oh no. turns out having weirdly rubber limbs does not make the horses very happy.
How did that happen? Yo ho ho, shoulda goodbye to gum gum.
Uh,
Much splashed. Yeah, I'd be. Wow, words are hard. I'd be flattered. Sure, that's what I'll say. I'll be flattered to meet your acquaintances.
Right. A default week, he'll be mostly spending his time to find more places to find. I guess he would be actually interviewing people, taking taking statements, trying to get as close a lead as possible towards finding Mark. Yep. Like asking individuals who have been into the keep, those who haven't, those who are walking around. Yeah, literally everybody. Have you seen this man? Kind of thing. Oh yeah, let's go. So I like to hear. Dang it!
Damn.
Rolled awful.
That's not bad though, compared to the rest of us.
Modifiers, yeah.
He's obnoxious, but he's not. He's not trying to get kicked out.
Pick something. All right, one moment. There we go. Fix that. Okay, so you go ahead and while investigating, I believe it was over at the House of Rest where they say, a purple tiefling? Yeah, I remember seeing something like that once. Phew, it's been like a month now or more. It kind of stood out to me because they were a little mean.
May I have more details as to what you may know about this particular individual?
Well, we didn't get along super well, but they didn't stay here at the house for very long. I think after about, I want to say, 2 days. They kind of left and then didn't come back. I don't usually ask people where they're going. It's not unusual for people to be gone for a while, though. The people who enter into the Great Library don't usually return for long periods of times. Occasionally.
I was told by the doormaster that usually there's not been an incident of a person never returning. So do you suspect that something like that may have been in this case as well? How long is the longest time somebody has been inside there? I never asked.
Phew, I haven't been working here long enough to know that for sure. I mean, I could ask some of my friends, but it'll take me a while to keep asking.
Understandable. Your contribution to the case has been most excellent. I thank you, good sir.
Ash, what are you up to during your default week?
Two things. First, I would like to go to the Emerald Door Gatekeeper and see if I can talk with him all to get a better understanding of the library. Just things like, the passage of time in books versus the real world. Is there any constant correlation? Is it variable? And perhaps any other advice he might have, so that way we are more prepared next time.
You go ahead and chat it up with the gatekeeper occasionally. Just pass by whenever they seem to be on duty and not particularly busy. You just strike up a conversation. You go ahead and make a let's see what kind of check that might be. I want to say persuasion, but I'm not sure if that's really quite a persuasion thing.
A
Maybe
friendship
insight?
check.
Okay.
Insight's pretty, yeah, you know what, like insight, like that seems to make sense. Just
Alright.
seeing if they're in a mood to talk and being in a having good conversations.
Oh shit. Nat 20.
Yeah, you catch him on a day. The Emerald Gatekeeper seems a little bit gruff at times in personality, but today you seem to have caught him on a good week, and they're very very conversational. And you always depart when it seems like they're kind of tired of talking. As they go, yeah, I've been working here as the Emerald Gatekeeper for a while. Passage of time in books. Well, you see, it's a little bit scary if you're not careful. It kind of varies, not too much. I'd say it's about a 4 to 10 times multiplier, somewhere in that range, dependent on the book. So, for example, if you spent 8 hours inside of there, it could very well be as much as almost a day on the outside. Sometimes a little less, sometimes a little more.
Very, very interesting. Thank you for your time. You are most learned. Are there other doors that you can aspire to be the gatekeeper of, even more than the Emerald?
This is one of the highest positions around here. The only one that I can think is perhaps just higher than mine would be that of Errant Quill, the headmaster of the entire Candlekeep Citadel. But
Quite an impressive position, then.
Very. They are the only one who has access to every part of the library. They're the only person I've seen that can walk through the Great Library without needing one of the tethers to be able to keep them secure. Otherwise, it's easy to get lost in places that one should not delve into.
He can navigate without the light tether.
I'm not quite sure how, but presumably they just know the Great Library so well that it's unnecessary. And you would think, oh, well, I don't need it. You do. Do not walk through the Great Library without that tether.
Quite understood. I do not wish to explore without that safety in place.
Leads to the places that have not been seen for perhaps ages.
Quill, is he... I mean, we have not seen him. Whose giant hand is that? Okay, I was like, oh, shit. Does he is a busy person, I would imagine, but does he ever frequent down here in the Court of Air, or how often is he seen?
Nobody knows where Errant Quill is at any time. They sometimes might appear multiple times in 1 week. Sometimes I've seen them once a year. They're always so busy with one thing or another, and they only appear when they need something or have some particular person they think is interesting enough to meet. So, it's been ages since I've last seen him. I want to say it's probably been at least 2 months.
I see.
It's been a
Thank
while.
you. The other thing I would like to do is, I guess I would like to converse with my compatriots to determine our plan for what we would like to do next. So that
And
way
that
we are mentally fortified and prepared when we enter the library.
Right, and that could probably happen after our last default week, which is Alan.
Yes.
Yes. So, I have just become proficient in Smith's tools. I have bought myself a fuck ton of tools, so I'm gonna be. There's only one place I'm gonna be for this entire week. It's right here.
I think that's when you're in Maev's interaction end up happening.
Yeah. I'd be hanging around here, making the forge and the smithing area like up to House Caneth codes, whether people stop me or not. Just kind of borrowing the space, because I think first time I came over there wasn't really anybody there, so. But if there is somebody who very much minds me, I would want to acquaint myself with them and let them know that, oh yeah, I just give them my whole spiel.
The smithy is in a separate section of this building compared to the massive stable, but of course it is just as grand as one might expect on the inside. As entering through, you go ahead and meet up with the head smith. Look at the use of our equipment.
Yes. I was hoping to make use of the forge, the anvils. I have my own smith tool, so I won't be borrowing yours at all. That won't be of any concern. My name is Alan de Caneth of House Caneth. How may I address you?
Don't even worry about it. Just make sure that when you use any of the equipment, you leave it better than you started with. It's everything around here in this place is free for people to use, but you gotta be kind with it, gentle with it. That you smack it with a hammer.
Wait, what was that last part?
You gotta. Suddenly the smith starts stumbling over their words as if they've been caught off guard in their own awkwardness. Well, like, if you get a hammer and you hit something, you're not being gentle, but you are, so it's like a joke, but.
I understand. You didn't worry. I've actually gone ahead. I hope you don't mind, but I noticed that the forge was a little it had some residual ash in at the bottom, so I went ahead and cleaned it out since it wasn't in use.
That helps a little bit, but make sure that you ain't committing any forgery, because it's like, well, it doesn't quite work here, but. It's kind of like, because it's a forge, and you don't want to make things that are fake with it.
I don't actually tells Cash that joke.
This is amazing.
They turn their back towards you and just keep working on what they're working on.
Oh, if it's at all, if I can also be of help, if there's anything I can assist with, if there's orders, I wouldn't mind lending a hammer.
I'll keep that in mind. You can hear their shame as their back continues to remain turned.
Oh. Huh, darn. Well,
they seem ashamed of their own jokes.
No, please be proud. That was beautiful.
You may make a metalsmithing metal tools, smithing
I got it.
tools check.
All right. Let's see. Smith's tools.
Yeah, wisdom, dexterity, or intelligence.
Oh, I think it's giving me strength for it. I don't know. That's weird. Here,
Huh.
let me just test this out. Or oh wait, no, I can change the ability modifier. I see. What options did you give me?
Actually, with dexterity, strength probably does make more sense than dexterity for smithing tools. So strength, wisdom, or intelligence.
Okay, I'm going intelligence. That's for sure. And let's make a roll.
Still
Incredible.
learning about the ways that things work around here. You're mostly just getting acquainted with this particular smithing site, and it's not that many orders quite today.
Okay. Yep, and I guess amidst all the orders and all that, I'm just gonna spend my time here, whether or not I'm just taking orders, doing some, just doing work or cleaning around the forge and making things look really nice. Because I do have mending, I can also make things, just repair tools if need be.
And with that, the week goes by as you all successfully take your full long rest.
Yippee!
In case it, for those who didn't already see it, if you had the free resting has been replaced with rest dice, which are basically just D8 hit dice that always roll their maximum value, and you have 2 of them. Otherwise, everything else has stayed the same. Regular 8-hour long rest will take 2 hit dice, and short rest will take 1. And Ash, I believe it is you who gathers up the group again to discuss
We
what
are
it
at the
is.
bar,
plan.
so just join us there.
Everybody,
Trying to
gather for a
convince
drink.
Phoenix. You're late.
Hefeweizen, whatever is in season right now.
Ash, no, we're trying to get Phoenix here drunk.
Well then you should probably
That
try
kind-
something a bit stronger for him than the Hefeweizen. This is a refreshing drink he needs. I don't know, some sort of liqueur. Jägermeister, I'm not sure what he likes.
That sounds foreign. You'd love it, Phoenix.
Jaeger Mister?
Sure, we'll call it that.
I think he's the alchemist who brews it.
Can
I
Warforged
must.
even get drunk?
Jacob wants
It
to
is an
find out.
experiment. This is what we are testing, and then we must do it in triplicate to verify it is a real result.
Mm.
Oh, that is an interesting hypothesis. So let's collect
You
initial.
nerds. Just grab the fucking beer, stop hypothesizing, and get drunk.
But it's important that we collect initial data. Detective Phoenix, how are you feeling at this exact moment?
I'm just gonna order
Your-
one for the boys.
Your query has me concerned. Why are you asking?
All right, sounds slightly irritable. Like, kind of just write that down. Okay, you may proceed.
Yeah. I lean over like, is that his natural state, or perhaps he is just a more unconscionable drunk? It is possible.
I am going to roll my eyes at Sir Jacob Sanghas. Like,
What?
I mean, like, about the others, not about him.
Mm.
They're hypothesizing on our drinking game.
They think too much. Just get drunk, bro.
Exactly.
Yeah, you squares can do your lab drinking. Tony and I will go have fun somewhere else.
No, actually, we should plan since it's been like a week.
Yes, that was originally what I wanted. I apologize, we have been distracted. So, let us convene. Our first adventure into the library, I think, is we can claim success. I was speaking to the gatekeeper earlier this week. Something for us to keep in mind is the time acceleration whenever we are in these liminal spaces inside the books. But I think regardless, my question is, what do we wish to do next?
Perhaps we should investigate some of the other books that I guess, when we first entered the library, we were naturally drawn to each our own book. It seems that these are probably going to be done in multi-chapter stories, so perhaps exploring another story may be in our better interest.
I agree with the sentiment. It could be to our benefit to look at another book, perhaps. What do you all think? Are we in agreement, or do we think otherwise?
I am in agreement, though maybe perhaps we should choose whose book we should follow next.
I
mean,
look for the armor book.
I think that's a great idea. Knowledge of arms will augment our abilities in any of the subsequent books we go into.
I also let's not forget armor as well. It keeps us alive.
That's what I said.
Yes.
Oh,
All
no,
right.
oh yeah, no, you said armor, but then you said like arms, so it's just like don't forget the armor.
I believe Tony is seeking an ultimate weapon of some sort, and it is you, Alan, who are looking for ultimate armor to forge or create,
Correct.
if I recall.
Then I suppose it sounds like we have a sturdy enough plan then. Alan, you shall lead the way.
Let us all fortify our minds appropriately, because as you pointed out, I recall when we entered the library feeling drawn away in another direction. We should keep close.
I'll be right behind you.
Can we wait for me to sober up a little?
Yeah. You better not go out there and.
I don't think you
be
want me
publicly
drunk.
drunk.
Yes, get me nice and drunk before going into the library. Yes.
Is it, let me see. I have an alchemist kit. Can I try to make a hangover cure?
I also have an alchemist kit.
I'm not sure how you got drunk so quickly. I drank the same amount and I don't feel drunk at all.
It's called being a lightweight. Don't worry
Yes.
about
well, you're a badass and I'm delicate.
I have alchemist supplies. I'd like to cook some blue crystal.
Oh lord.
Just you, we gotta cook for Gustavo.
Phoenix is gonna start making his way towards the Emerald Door.
Yo, Breaking Bad D&D campaign? 1?
That sounds sick, actually.
Wait. If any of you ever played the Elder Scrolls, we're setting up a skooma lab.
Oh no.
Hell yeah.
Oh lord.
Concern.
Alright, I guess we're following Alan.
On the topic of skooma, one of my favorite things from like Morrowind was like that video of like the guy who took like 600 skooma and just like was able to walk across the entire map in a few seconds.
Yes. I loved Morrowind. It was so good.
Mistake author.
You could tell the D&D influence, especially in Morrowind, because they were just such like amazing troll items, like the boots of blinding speed.
Yeah.
That gave you like tremendous speed boost, but then you were blind.
Of course.
That's actually
That's
so
just pretty
sick.
sick, yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Not
the way
even
you got
surprised.
around it is if you wore, what I did is I got the Cuirass of Savior's Hide, which reduced like deleterious magic effects by 60%, so then the world just became dimmer instead of completely dark.
Alright, here you are back inside of a great library, presumably all tethered back up. I guess the other thing, by the way, did you leave the maroon ship where it was in its section of the library, or did you bring it kind of with you over to the entrance?
I wasn't here last session, but I imagine Jacob would have wanted the book accessible, so he would have wanted to bring it near the
What do you mean you
entrance.
weren't here?
Last session?
Yeah,
Oh,
you weren't here. Yep.
oh yeah, I wasn't here either.
Ah, shit.
We are of a feather, it seems. Yeah.
So, you do find that the maroon ship is where you had left it. Here in this area of the library. It hasn't just like magically moved or anything. It's still there, laying.
By the
Wonderful.
way, is there any other people here in the library?
Not presently.
What the hell? That's weird.
All right, Sir Alan, lead the way.
All right. Time to imagine in my mind's eye the perfect suit of armor.
Like the kind Phoenix is.
What?
I appreciate the compliment, but I am definitely no suit of armor.
No, he's a warforged, quite different.
She's got the personality of one.
Okay.
Well, Alan, after you.
Which way is it?
I think, is it, you're still this one? You're,
I think I was up around here, if I remember properly.
For the Alan, your the weapon and armor was actually the maroon ship.
oh, so
Oh.
we're back to the same book.
Oh, you just go right
Where?
back up to the maroon ship.
What do you mean it was the same one? That was the...
The
Well,
pirate one.
it would seem that you and Sir Jacobs have the exact same book. Do we
That
want to
makes
ponder
sense.
a different book then, or shall we continue with this?
I like
the weapon
going-
that I am looking for is a angelic, not angelic, celestial weapon. So
That was
it
also
makes
maroon
sense
ship.
that Really? How?
Okay, we
It
have
must
me,
be-
Nona, and Ash as maybe. Maybe we
Must
want to.
be someplace in the
Let me
horde.
see.
Captain Tortu.
So let me try to remember who was who. Jacob, Alan, Tony here. Nona was here. Ash was here, and Phoenix was here. Yes.
Oh, cool. I'm the only one that's separate from everyone. Cool.
Oh no, actually, Nona and Ash, they're going in like two different directions. It's the same direction, but it like one ends sooner than the other.
I think it's because
Oh,
they're just fine.
Yeah, it just happened to be how I drew it.
Well, I mean, do we want to? How do we want to do this? Do we want to go to Nona and Ash's book or Phoenix's book?
What was yours, Nona and Ash?
I am seeking a way to cure death.
And Nona is trying to get medicine, if I recall.
Prevent death.
In a way, yes. Your goals align.
I love how like my immediate thought of like prevent death, like or it's just like how to like cure death, and like my immediate thought was just like skill issue.
And then you have Phoenix, who's looking for Sir Mork.
Okay, well, I don't know. Is it smart? Up to you guys. I guess we could check out a different book. Or
That
we
leaves
can,
the other two groups between me, Nona, and Ash. So
yeah, or we can just continue with the maroon ship, but I'm not sure what that would entail.
well, I think it wouldn't matter. We wouldn't know what it would entail for any of these.
Yeah, exactly. So,
You want to flip a coin on this? Roll a D3 or a D2 for us two?
yeah, let's all roll a d3, and whoever gets the major
Hmm.
will be like the one we go to. But
I like
one
that,
is the
so-
maroon ship, two is the
Yep.
death one, and Phoenix, you're 3. Okay.
Okay, everybody roll a d3.
3! Oh, I'm seeing a lot of 2s in there.
3.
2 2s, 2 3s.
Hold on. Did
Yeah.
someone not roll? I see an 8 in someone's roll for a D3. Oh no, that's something else.
Wait a
No,
minute.
That's my roll.
How do I roll a d3 again? Is it just /RD3?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not a valid chat message command.
/ roll space 1d3.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
The space.
that would explain why I was doing it wrong.
One.
One.
Oh no. We have a tie.
Jacob?
No,
I
no,
just
roll
got
again.
back. I just got back.
Alright, roll. If you
Oh,
get a
wait.
1, we are
Two.
screwed. Okay, we're going to the
It
death
looks
one.
like it's 2.
All right.
All right.
I just imagine our group, rather than having die, we're all like sitting there doing like rock paper scissors or something.
It's a boulder parchment shears.
We've got like a,
there we
Ouija
go.
board with just the number 1, 2, and 3 on it. Like the spirits.
Alright, so that means you're going in the direction with Nona and Ash?
Yeah.
Yes.
Mhm.
Okay. Alright, then heading over inside of that direction, you find yourself moving further and further into parts of the library that begin to seem kind of cloudy and distant as you move by. Things wind and twist in ways that always make things seem just a little further than they would. Getting good steps with your feet requires some coordination, but you keep moving, and your experience before going to the maroon ship has prepared you for the amount of extra dimensional fuckery that you have to constantly deal with inside of this awful forsaken place the further you get from the main entrance.
Nice.
I saw the face of God. It was weeping.
I got a tissue.
I just have to do one thing really fast. Where's this thing I'm looking for? Oh, this is what I'm looking for. I know what happened. I know exactly what happened.
What happened?
I should have been doing this the whole time.
Wow. Look at this. The book to cure death, and it's titled Full Metal Alchemist.
Oh my
No.
Question mark ping. Question mark ping.
Skip the Chimera section.
Heavy armor artifice. Oops.
That's me.
One moment. Just have to do one other thing here.
The legally distinct Full Metal Alchemist.
Heavy armor artifice. Heavy
Yeah.
armor artifice.
Siblinghood.
My favorite
Will you
was
read the book, by the way, Aqua?
Hmm?
Could we read the book?
What do you mean?
Like, outside of teleporting to it, could we just, like, read it? Normal?
You notice that the teleporting and the reading is intertwined, as in attempting to read the book is what is causing you to teleport into it.
Okay, sounds good.
What I'm
Gotcha.
noticing about these books is that this library has no magical features as to making sure that the book remains at present. Do you think maybe we could just collect the books?
Put him in a big stack by the door.
That is, yes.
But here's the thing, I kind of like the adventure.
Then it is okay.
I mean, what's the point of a treasure if you don't get to find it, you know?
To have it? What do you mean?
Yes,
Alright.
but, well, people have things all the time, but the finding that which is unfindable, you know, glory, that's the true prize.
Spoken like a true bard.
Well,
And
listen,
much like a true bard, you find a book there. Reaching for it. Nona, you go ahead and touch this book, which is very strange because the cover, the spine, the back appear to be made out of glass, but inside, in between the glass, it is filled with sand. As you
What?
see, this book called The Canopic Being.
Interesting. Okay.
It's actually a pretty sick ass book.
oh.
The last book was a lot more.
Book-ish.
But
Yes.
I should apologize, Tony. You're totally right. The treasure is probably the second most important part.
Looking over on the back cover, there seems to be a very intricately detailed amount of sand crafting particular images in the back that convey certain imagery. You see what appears to be a sunset and a horse with a rider on it riding off there into the distance. You'd think if you looked that there appear to be pyramids there as well, as chasing shortly behind appears to be a large purple worm moving through the desert landscape.
The purple worms.
I love Dune.
Do you?
We need to cultivate desert power.
That looks very terrifying.
It would seem
Swear,
that
this
your
is-
book is quite interesting. Is there like maybe a synopsis?
That appears to be the only thing on it, is the imagery on the back. Unlike the maroon ship, which had ample description.
It is much like canopic jars, if you are familiar with them, which is when someone dies and, like some desert cultures used to do, you take various organs, body parts, and you put them into these jars to go into their tomb, so...
I'm gonna be sick.
Death does have that effect on many people.
So, do we want to open this up and take a look?
That is what we
Shall
came
we,
here to
Nona?
do.
No, we'll just open the book.
All right.
Hacker voice, I'm in.
What happens?
Right. You go ahead and look over into the front couple of pages, Nona, and this is what you begin to read.
I think about it more and more, like, Candlekeep Mysteries is just like my favorite book series as a kid, The Magic Treehouse.
That's where a lot of the inspiration is coming from.
I love that series so much, like, I'm digging it.
I read so much Magic.
Nostalgia.
Very, very, very much. That's one alongside Super Mario 64. That's where a lot of the inspiration for these is coming from.
Love it.
So,
Da-da-da-da-da.
sand everywhere.
That-
Riding down back to the depot. We got goods to move, and here we are inside of this god-forsaken desert once again.
Ooh, the fade out. Fancy. Okay.
It is fancy. Desert power.
We're going to Dune. It's time. House of
I mean-
Treaties.
I'm here for the mummy, actually.
Now the real question is, what's our appearance look like?
Oh god,
Yeah.
that's so true. I want you to know that even if I didn't post it in the recap, my notes do include our pirate appearances.
If I don't look like Brendan Fraser, I might cry.
You look down over at your appearances, fully expecting a change, and indeed, there it is. Phoenix, you look over, your top hat is gone and has been replaced with a cowboy hat.
Nice.
Oh my God.
Let's go!
Please tell me I have a sheriff badge.
You,
it's
you
not
do
real.
in fact have a sheriff's badge, yes.
Oh my god. With sheriff badge. Okay.
No, you're looking at your... No, you're looking at yourself, and you have on what would probably be described as a tavern barmaid outfit on, and you have a cowboy hat.
Howdy,
Arthur,
partner.
we need to go to Tahiti.
Who's that description for?
No.
I'm okay with this. I'm okay with this.
Tony, you're wearing more of a cowgirl outfit with the spurs to match on your boots, and also a cowboy hat. Ash, you look very similar.
Type of thing?
Ash, you have very similar clothes, but they're a bit more darker in color scheme, and also a cowboy hat.
Wait, are we
Nice.
talking more like high noon or like cowboy MF? Like, what's the vibe?
High noon, closer to high noon.
Oh, there we go. I like it.
Okay, I choose.
I'm gonna describe this as a high noon outfit. There we go.
High noon.
I choose like Samira
Nice.
outfit.
Alan, you
Oh,
notice
no,
that
you
you're in.
said mine's light. Sorry, I'll go with Ash since mine's light.
Alan, your outfit seems more of what might be described as kind of like an Indiana Jones kind of outfit. And you notice that your right arm has been replaced by a metallic prosthetic that fully functions as a normal hand would.
Huh.
You know,
And
I
a
was
cowboy hat.
really hoping that I have
Like a-
like a missing limb again, 'cause that was fun.
Why do I have a
Everyone-
missing limb
Steampunk
again?
high noon
I love
aesthetic
that,
right
though.
now. Okay.
The running
Hell
gag.
yeah.
It keeps happening.
Yeah.
Jacob, your outfit's a bit different from the others. You have on what seems to be like a white cloak and almost kind of like a floating, more Middle Eastern style inspired outfit. Egyptian would probably be the closest comparison, as you might expect them out there traveling out in the desert.
I gave you all I had, Dutch.
All of a sudden, we all have accents. Around these parts, this is what I was used to, right?
This town ain't big. Just like I'm thinking of like that Looney Tunes thing. This town ain't big enough for the two of us. Alan just built an entire town. Now is it big enough?
This is how I imagine most of us looking. It's in the
Let's take a
meme.
look.
Let me see.
Oh, that's sick.
I love it. That's very like dark.
That's
Tower-esque.
actually very, very Alan. Look at that
Yeah.
metallic arm.
Is that
And-
a tree?
No, that's Clint Eastwood.
Oh, okay. LOL.
And finally, you see Lucy looks the same, but they have a tiny cowboy hat.
Nice.
Hell yeah, let's go, Lucy.
Of course, you
Nice.
keep their monocle, right?
Yes, of course, obviously, it's like part of them. It's non-negotiable.
Yeah, it's part of the find familiar is I have to give a new monocle every time.
Well, Phoenix is looking around the surroundings. Where exactly are we?
You take a look over in every direction. You notice that there appears to be some sand brewing up from the north, but there's a well-worn trail in front of you that extends at this crossroads in every direction otherwise. While moving through Phoenix, you're looking around and see that the well-worn footprints, you recognize your own footprints having been from the east, is where they had been, but you notice that when you appeared that you were clearly facing toward the west.
Wait, so I already see my own footprints going away from this direction.
Yes.
So
So it appears to us like we've just turned around.
Yes.
Okay, interesting.
then perhaps we continue down the path trail. Going backwards seems maybe not quite how the people who would have been we would have gone. Either that or the person that we ended up taking now are lost in the desert.
Huh? I thought that was like, us in the past, like we were walking this way, but now we're walking that way. Eh?
I don't follow.
You're saying we should proceed going
West.
eastward? No, west. Wait. Sorry, which way were we coming from?
East shows this is where our tracks came from.
Yes, but we turned around, and I trust past me. I must have had a
So-
reason.
So we came from the west, so we should be going east, I would presume.
Yes. Okay.
Is there any
I
tracks
have-
on the other side?
You kind of see that you're looking over a bit over there, Tony, that if you follow those tracks a bit more, that only after a couple of feet did they turn around, like probably about like 20 feet before they turned around and are heading back in the westward direction.
Oh, okay. So
I will tell them,
ourselves,
though.
yeah. It seems
So we're going west.
yeah.
We're
seems
going back.
Phoenix is going to be paying very careful attention to like the tracks, I guess, and where exactly it's leading us.
All right,
As you
now
get to
there's
right about
4
there-
two different ways.
That's where that's when something catches your attention, Phoenix, with your incredibly high perception. A snarl behind.
Hell
rock.
yeah.
You quickly find yourself seeing the following. 1 second. You see what can only be described as an incredibly large hyena moving in. And
Shit.
it quickly becomes apparent that they are not alone.
He has a friend.
Phoenix is gonna unbuckle the holster of his pistol. Use
Use Deadeye.
Wait, why is that not the music? What the hell?
It seems that we have company. Brace yourselves.
Copyrights? Damn it.
Actually, yes.
I find myself with a strange urge to say, I reckon you're correct, partner.
Regan,
Boar's a crap.
I am so excited to kill things. Let's go.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
hell yeah.
The hyenas appear to be very slowly beginning to approach onto your position. They snarl and appear to be circling around you in every which direction.
I'm going to dismiss Lucy so she doesn't get hurt.
I am going to engage armor. What do I want to engage this time?
And I'm going to pull out my shield.
Alright, then it appears that everybody is ready for combat then. In which
Yep.
case, that is what will happen now as combat begins. Let me go ahead and change this.
Oh crap. I remember what I forgot to do before this session. I was I was like, why did I buy like 100 like gold worth of like this gem again? It was because like my homunculus serve I didn't make it yet.
How do you roll for initiative again?
It's on
In
your
your
character
sheet,
sheet.
it's gonna be the top
Mhm.
where you see any right next to strength.
Oh, that's
I do not think that these hyenas are moving first.
Oh, well, you know, Jacob might prove you wrong, actually.
I got distracted by how cool I probably look right now.
These hyenas are.
Jacob
distance
actually
away.
rolled lower.
Why do you have a -1 and a +1?
question.
I don't know.
What's going wrong?
I have a +1 from my dex. No, I have a -1 from my dex, but I don't know why I have.
It just shows plus. That's a 1d20 plus -1 is what the plus it automatically puts in, and then I don't think the system's smart enough to just say minus automatically, so it does the plus minus.
Well, it says plus -1 plus 1.
Oh.
Yeah, +1 +1.
I
Nah.
Oh, I was looking at the wrong one.
Is it because you have like a bless going on there, or what's going on?
I do not have a bless going on. I don't know. I don't think I have anything going on. I should have a -1 to initiative.
Join the club.
Unless something's. I don't know why I would have.
Anyways, I do believe most of us go first, right?
Yes, I think the hyenas got a, what is it? Oh, literal 1? Wait, oh my god, Jacob, you have a 2 in total?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Jacob actually is in a separate initiative.
You actually somehow rolled lower than the 3 total with the hyenas. That's actually
Oh
really
my
impressive.
Well, I think I have a 2 on the die. I think I should have a 1 because I have a -1 to dex. And I can't figure out why I would have any pluses to initiative.
Well, it is an ability check. Are you skilled? I forgot.
Am I skilled? I have some skills.
Okay, I wasn't sure if you had some bonuses to ability checks because that would count for
Maybe Jack of all trades.
Oh, yeah, it's probably Jack of all trades. That's why Jack of all trades applies to initiative rolls.
I did not know that. Okay, so then that's why it says. Okay, that makes sense.
What Phoenix is going to say? I say we push through one of them and then we deal with the other 3.
push through?
We either choose one hyena, move in that direction, and let the other 3 come to us. That way we deal with one quickly.
This seems like a sensible idea versus potentially being routed by the pack tactics or whatever they might use.
It is better than being surrounded.
I like the sound of that. I hate being surrounded. All right. I'm right-handed, so how about top right?
Okay. So what Phoenix is going to do is he's going to get. Hold on. How far can I move? 30 feet is right there. So 30 feet. Really? I am not in range to blast them. Interesting.
How does the jumping work again?
You can jump. You can't jump further than your speed. Basically, it gives you a bit. But if you're especially at the ring of jumping, I'm pretty sure you could just jump like 20 feet or like 10 feet into the air or something insane. Some really high amount.
Okay, well, I am in range when I move 30 feet. If we're focusing on the upper right one, to use this. Hold on. Hey. There we go.
I guess that's what Phoenix will do. Phoenix will radio an action to fire at that hyena when it gets close enough.
All right, so that's an 18.
It does easily connect.
All right.
For 8 necrotic damage, and that hyena is unable to heal.
Excellent.
Okay. Ah, fuck. I still don't. If I have a 10-foot start, I can jump triple my jump speed.
Note that jumping doesn't give you the ability to exceed your maximum speed, so it's not like you can, run your speed and then do a leap and then get even more distance off of it.
We're going for that one?
Alright, so movement's gone on. The group carefully maneuvers their way over to the top right.
This is where I'd maneuver with the group. If I were smart enough to be able to.
Let's see, wait. I went 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. I can't hit him from here, I think. Oh wait, no, I can. I'm gonna go ahead and use Firebolt.
Nice.
17.
That does connect.
For a total of
Oh, rip.
No.
Oof.
1.
That's yeah, sad.
Singe him a little.
Feels sad, man.
Just wait till he gets closer, though.
I wait until he gets closer.
It was a warning, Firebolt.
Alright, I'll.
Got my fancy armor on. I got my glowing gauntlet.
Normal. Oof.
Oh,
Goes wide.
very wide. At least you had a speck of sand.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. Shall I? Okay, so let me just double check. Okay. Woohoo!
What is the range of a throwing dagger? That is
20
really...
to 60 feet.
Am I in range?
No.
No.
They're quite a bit further than that.
Okay, I actually don't have anything. So I'm just gonna use my action to dash. Where is the grabby? I guess I can action surge, so I can actually do something. Am I in range now?
Yes.
Yeah, it would be a disadvantage though.
You'd hate to see me win.
That will still connect. As that deals 5 damage, and because of your prone weapon fighting, go ahead and make another one. That will connect.
Do you want me to do disadvantage?
Yeah, it should be a disadvantage because it's that will still connect. For another 1 piercing.
Man, our ones, gosh. Get him out now.
Get him out now.
Hey, no.
I don't think that
You're an all-star.
TMC applies or Blade Dance.
Get him
so
out now.
Game on.
Go play.
I don't have action surge anymore.
Alright,
How do
then.
I like minus the action surge he uses?
You can assign a resource into your attributes and just call it. I mean, I would just throw it in action surge there. 0 out of 1. Done. Easy. It's in your attributes now. It's a resource. You should also have both your rest dice.
Yeah.
Cool. All right, is that everybody's moves?
Mm-hmm.
Looks to be Jacob. Move.
No, that post is literally just how Skaven marksmanship works. They will literally just shoot anything but their target.
If
Alright.
it hits, it hits perfectly.
It does.
All right.
I love that post, yeah.
Before they... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
In response to the immediate attack, the hyenas begin leaping into action with terrifying speed.
Oh, shit!
The hyena appears the one.
Way. Wow.
The hyena appears the first one to try going for, as it attempts to go and bite onto you there, Tony. Give me a second.
Bite me, bitch.
Don't like it.
Tony.
Give me a second.
Dang it! I don't think a 9 hit.
Disadvantage.
It's out of my reach. 30's the normal attack range.
Oh, I gotcha.
One moment.
Just need a musket there, Copper.
Alright, the hyena at the top right tries going for a bite onto Tony.
I don't know what my AC is. Hang on. It is 15.
15, that is perfectly enough to connect. And you notice that with nobody near you, it is able to go really wide with this bite.
Oh, shit!
Oh.
Mm.
Alright. That is a really good roll.
After doing the bite, it then begins moving away, though not as far as it moved. You can opportunity attack it during this time.
I will. With a great sword. What the fuck, man? Okay.
Fuck,
Oh my god, can we roll well?
Jacob, you see that this other hyena here then uses a burst of sudden speed and attempts to grab onto your clothes with its fang.
Shit.
Oh shoot.
It is attempting a grapple on you.
All right. I will attempt. What's better, acrobatics or athletics? Athletics is slightly better. Let's roll a 20. That would be nice. Nope.
Oh no.
It has you grappled inside of its jaws and is attempting to pull you just a little bit with its remaining movement.
Just a little bit.
Nona, this one will is unable to get close enough to do the same thing, so it just actually stays at this distance right about here. Phoenix, this one is able to, and we'll try going for the grapple onto you.
Oh boy.
Give me a second.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything I can do about that.
Ooh, not its best attempt though.
Phoenix isn't very strong though.
As you are now grappled, but it doesn't have any speed left. Where's the grapple icon? Unlucky, I can't find it.
You know those like
that's a shame.
side buttons that I have for all of my effects? Is there a way to add like the blade dance button over there?
I don't know if those are buttons. They're like buffs. I think you can probably do something with the macro bar at the bottom left, but I've never even touched it, so I don't know how that would work. As that seems to be all for what the giant hyenas there will do. It is all your moves again.
Is it my turn?
It's chunk, so yeah, anybody can do anything.
Yes.
I can move. Yeah. I have a plan for getting out of this. I think I might Misty Step. If that's cool with the gang.
You mind
Yeah.
what?
Misty Step.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and while he's doing that.
We're gonna go ahead.
This is for a bless for Nona, Tony, and Alan.
Let's go.
Nona, if you wish, you can go ahead and make a reaction attack on this this hyena next to me.
I was looking
It's
for
a
a second.
Nona, Alan, and Tony.
Yes.
A reaction attack?
Yes. So not an action, a reaction.
Oh, okay. Sure.
Ooh,
Huh.
this hyena is trying to grab Phoenix, but you're throwing down the gauntlet on it. Roll that extra damage. Let's see what it's like.
Oh my god.
Nice.
What a hit!
Okay.
3 5s?
Very nice.
Okay.
We'll take it.
I am apparently not happy about this thing.
It cleaved right into the side of its body.
Let's see, I guess I'll take my turn then, I guess, since I just attacked it.
Yep,
So,
that was from my feature, so you can still do your regular stuff.
yeah, so my bonus action will just be Rage, Form of the Beast. I'll choose Bite, though whether or not that I do anything with that, we'll figure out sooner or later. But yeah, so you just see Nona's mouth, is especially with the skull of the false Hydra, just get like grotesque, and she roars at them, and like her jaw moves way more than is probably natural. And then she will reckless attack the hyena in front of her again. So that will be at advantage.
Oh my goodness.
Jesus Christ!
Whoa!
What is happening?
I don't know.
She doesn't
Yo.
miss.
She don't miss.
Oh,
How's this thing looking?
nice,
That's a fucking
nice.
crazy damage roll too. What the hell?
I think you get even more damage because it was the what do you call it? An empowered bite.
No, the attack was with my greatsword. I chose the bite aspect, but I haven't attacked with it yet.
I see. Okay.
hmm So yeah,
Dang, that was cracked.
Nona's not
Nice.
happy with this thing.
I'm gonna go punch it.
No mercy.
Okay, so Alan will go ahead using his like metallic hand. It's gonna like prime up like a piston as he's gonna go ahead and try to punch this hyena in the face. Let's go ahead, see if this works.
It's gonna be a bit hard to follow up on a double crit.
Yeah.
Probably. But you know, we could try.
I mean, not unless he rolls his own crit.
A.
Nice connection.
Okay, let's go
Okay.
ahead and put some damage in there. 7 thunder damage.
That hyena is not looking very good right now.
Nearly
And
dead.
because I punched it, it will now have disadvantage on attack rolls against other targets other than me.
Is this our second turn, by the way?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Blue.
I am trying to think. Should I try to finish off the one that's nearly dead, or should I try to help, like, Jacob?
I think he was gonna Misty Step, no?
I can
Yeah,
Oh, he's gonna miss
probably.
his step, that's right.
I
Yeah.
can also probably kill this one if you want to do something else.
It's. Let me think. I mean,
I like how we were
what's
targeting
easier for
this
you,
one.
Tony? Because I've got like ranged targeting on things, so.
I mean,
Yeah,
the double
okay.
crit.
Hey,
In
that one
case-
made itself a target.
In
It
that
did.
case, I'll go with this one, the melee one.
Okay.
Because I can get in range.
Mhm.
I can take my turn first if you want.
Yeah, go for it.
We go over here. I attacked with a greatsword the last time, so now I'm gonna attack with a. Hang on. Okay, these buttons are really annoying because they don't work properly. It's gonna be DMC 4 this time. So I'm gonna attack with the quarterstaff.
Whack.
Is that it?
It is not.
Okay. We'll throw a dagger at it.
That will hit.
Okay.
Sure.
It's
Is there a cat power? No.
This
So
one
is that a
also
disadvantage because you're within 5 feet?
Can he stab
I mean,
with the dagger?
I can go here. No.
Oh.
I don't have to get too close to it, I guess.
Yeah, that would work.
Okay. This one should have an activation of Blade Dance also.
Alright, that's what, another +4?
Yeah.
This thing is not holding on. It's
my
like
God.
limping and whimpering.
Does it have 3 health or less? Because I just forgot. I realized I forgot to add my extra rage damage.
Twice.
Then yes, that will finish off the hyena.
Fine then.
1 HP?
It
Is 1
dead.
HP?
No blue.
Alright. I like how it gets small. Okay. I
guess I'm no longer grappled because it's dead.
You're welcome.
Can you like put it upside down for like dramatic effect?
Let's see, what's the, there's a button for that, what was it?
Yeah.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, there we go. All right, I dig
I
it.
move up slightly, and then I would like to cast
I appreciate the save. Though maybe we may want to consider sticking near each other because these things seem to do more damage to us when we're separate.
I agree.
Yeah.
We should close ranks.
Well, let's help
Mhm.
Jacob.
I'm going to Misty Step now. 1, 2, 3,
All right.
4, 5
I.
as a bonus action.
All right. I cast Ray of Sickness on the one that's hurt in the corner, which I believe a 23 should land.
And after that, I'm gonna go. Yes, after Jacob's free, I still had more movement, so I'm gonna go 5, 10, 15 right here. Or actually, no, 15 right here. In front of Jacob.
Which one is the most injured?
The one up there. This one.
Yes, the one on the top right.
I'm gonna shoot an Eldritch Blast at it with my action.
Well,
Phoenix will move
Action.
closer to Tony. Oh, never mind.
I have 5 feet of movement, so I can just come to you.
Okay.
Ooh.
I'll hit this shit eventually.
Well,
Just
actually,
you
probably
wait.
here, just so that I'm near Ash too.
Close ranks! Tetsudo formation.
All right. So I rolled a 23 to hit for Ray of Sickness, which I assume hits,
Yes. For 3 damage.
and that was a horrible roll. But it also needs to do a Constitution saving throw. DC 14.
Ooh,
It is poisoned.
nice.
Very cool.
Alright, let me go ahead and add poison. Poison.
+1 poison.
Poison get.
Poison.
Gasp.
Poisson.
Get out of here.
Oh, I almost dropped my poisson.
Stop! I couldn't draw my poisson.
Your fish?
Yeah.
Alright, is that everybody's moves?
We are in a T formation, or it's like a kind of a T formation. Yeah, I'm good.
Yes.
Alan, if you go here, it will be a T.
I need to protect Jacob.
It's literally full HP. What do you mean?
I'm fine.
How much AC do you have?
AC 18.
You have higher
I-
AC than me. What the hell?
It hasn't come up in conversation, but I'm wearing heavy armor.
You're just clinking as you move. Don't worry about it.
This
Yeah.
bar is jacked.
Oh, in that case.
Heavy
Oh,
armor
God.
bard.
I don't know if I have enough movement to go over there, so I'm just gonna stay here.
Right?
Right. The hyena begins to make its move. The top right one is the first to make its attempt as it rushes headlong over toward Tony and tries to bite down on them. Not at disadvantage. Oh wait, this one is disadvantage because it is poisoned.
15.
Okay,
Wow,
that
good
does
modifiers.
Alright. Dealing 8 piercing damage.
Ooh.
And it goes ahead and uses its bonus action, which it does, to move over here and attempts to grapple Ash. I have to do something. There we go. I don't know why the sheet's so weird, but it's whatever. It is at disadvantage because it is poisoned.
Go Ash. Go Ash.
Alright, well, we're gonna see how this goes. Alright, strength. Right, up there. Alright.
Is second one an action or bonus action?
Oh no.
Oh, God. Big rip.
Yo, this is just like the one shot all over again.
Oh, no. No.
No, actually, I feel like I am the unlucky one today.
Right, wait, so it bit me
And
and
I
took
take a
8
reaction
piercing
attack
damage.
against that.
Let me see where it was. It was... Where is
Oh
it?
yeah,
Right
it
here?
was next to me. Can I take the
I have
reaction
15
back?
foot range.
Yes, both of you can take a reaction attack against it. You, Tony, hasn't moved away, and Nona with your freaky limbs.
Yo, yo.
Would this
I can't
It's-
roll.
technically be at advantage because I'm still Because I attacked recklessly during my turn, or because it's a reaction, is it at normal?
Let me check what reckless attacks is. Only for this turn, so it doesn't apply to opportunity attacks.
Okay, so just regular attack.
Mm.
Alright, well, I'd also like to use this when it chomps me.
Ooh, that's a miss.
I don't think it hit you. Though.
Oh, it
Didn't
didn't?
it just... No,
just grappled.
Grappled.
Oh, it just grappled. Wait, what was that? 8 bite damage from piercing.
That was for Tony.
Oh, confusion. Okay. Give me my 8 health back. Woohoo! Alright. I'm just being dragged away.
It happens sometimes. All right, over at the bottom,
Use
this
my
hyena.
horns for a goat.
This hyena runs over the body of its fallen brethren over here, trying to avoid getting too close as it reaches out and tries to bite down onto Tony.
Oh, shit.
Y'all. Okay, thank God.
Missing.
Okay.
And then,
okay.
with its bonus action, it tries to grapple Tony.
Ugh.
Can you beat an
no.
8?
Okay.
You
Okay.
got this.
Okay.
You got this.
Come on. Come on.
Is it strength?
Or
Or athletics.
athletics or acrobatics.
Whichever one's better.
You're a fighter, so your athletics should be cracked, right? Hopefully. Okay, there you go. They're cracked.
I can't roll today. What's
What?
happening?
That's a success.
I know, but it's an 11. Like, what the fuck?
No, I didn't mean to press that. Give me my use back. Okay.
And the hyena uses the remaining speed it has to just move back, snarling at you.
Never mind, I don't have an opportunity attack.
This hyena moves forward, is unable to get in range to do what it needs to, except actually it has one thing it can do. Yeah, it can use its bonus action to do that, and then it will also... You see that they're ganging up on you, Tony.
I literally have 1 HP, by the way.
I think that's why they're doing that.
Yeah.
Could be.
Yeah. It misses its bite as it proceeds to just create some distance.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Does anyone have like a heal they
I-
can give me?
I do. I just had to use my spell last turn, Misty
I was
Stepping.
gonna say, I do as well, but I'm being dragged away.
I have 2 healing potions. Do you want one?
I have healing. Like, I have second one and healing hand, but like, you know,
Mm-hmm.
I don't.
That is the end of the hyena's turns.
All right.
Hmm.
Probably mount a rescue on Ash.
Okay.
It's really appreciated.
Possibly heal Tony while we're at it.
Let me see. I can. Would that work? Actually, let me see.
What is this on?
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Would it be an action to shove a healing potion at Tony?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, don't worry about it. I'll just use my bonus action to do second one.
If I frightened the hyena that's dragging me away, would that get it to stop dragging me away?
It wouldn't be able to re-grapple you, but it would just keep. It would just keep trying to run with you while you're grappled.
Okay, good to know. Thank you. I didn't want to waste that spell if that was the case. It's afraid of what it's dragging with it. Okay. Let me see.
Does Ray of Sickness give it a save right now?
Let me see. So it. It's poisoned until I finish my turn.
Okay.
Did that roll? I can't see it in the.
Saw the dice.
Yeah,
Odd.
but that was an advantage attack against the hyena.
I don't see. Yeah, I don't see.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't know why
probably
it's
just
not.
I saw the dice. I didn't see the actual roll though.
Yeah,
I
that's.
see
Yeah,
it
Yeah,
again.
where's my attack?
I see a 10 though.
Yeah, see, I rolled it right there. What
There it is.
are you hitting the? Just to be sure, when you're rolling a greatsword, you're hitting the little dice button that appears when you hover it, right? Like
I'm not sure what you mean by dice button.
So you place your mouse over the word greatsword, and then to the left there's like a D20 looking thing, and that's the button you're clicking.
Do not see a D20.
Okay, let me get the picture.
Oh, I was going off of actions, not inventory.
Oh, I mean you could do that from actions too, I think, right? Yeah, it still works the same way.
Well, I see the roll. 16 and 19, so...
Oh, and that's just me rolling, so it doesn't count, because I'm the one rolling.
Oh, well, I see Nona's roll now. And then 19.
Yeah, there you go. A 19 will connect into that with your freaky limbs.
Freaky limbs.
So that's 6 plus the 3 and a 1 plus the additional 3 from rage. Where
Alright.
do I add that? Is there a way of just automatically adding that?
Let me see if I can just convenient effects on your rage. Hold on.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And there we go. It's how much extra?
You know, I totally forgot I should be using this.
Uh-oh.
There. Raging.
Alright.
Rage!
Okay, I would
It
like...
doesn't scale as well as it should right now, but I'll fix it later.
Vulnerabilities, armor class and speed, and
Immunities and resistances, yeah.
and immunities.
No resistances, no immunities, speed of 60, AC of 15.
Right, I am going to point my tentacle rod at this thing that is slobbering all over me and try to attack. And it's got 3 tentacles, so 1 attack, 2 attack. That
Oh
one will
my
hit,
goodness.
and 3 attack. Okay.
2 of those will
So
connect.
two of those connect. Let's see. Alright, normal. Oh, that was butts. Alright. And
Butts.
then. No, oh, come on. Alright. Well, it needs. No, it was only with 2 tentacles, so it takes 4 bludgeoning. And they. Bad dog. Let go. Stop
Yeah, hold on,
slobbering.
I was just rolling that. The double check if it worked. Ooh, nice. It's got the little image on it.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, +9 bonus. Wow.
Yep.
Wait, +9? Oh, so I was just double checking. Okay. It takes a little bit of damage.
Okay. Seeing as these things are attacking Tony over and over again, I'm gonna go 10, 15, 20, just kind of position myself here next to Tony. I don't know if you're moving from that spot.
Probably gonna go attack that bitch over there.
Oh wait, where was I? Then I was over here. Point at which bitch you were going to?
This one probably.
The one that's dragging me.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Here, do your turn first, and I'll figure it out.
Okay. I'm gonna go over here. I measured it. I land right here. I'm gonna quarterstaff. I should have a bless on.
You do.
So okay.
And 11 will not connect.
What is wrong with me?
Ugh.
God, I don't get it.
Maybe
Okay.
Tony's just afraid of hyenas?
I'm not afraid.
They're kind of scary.
They did take a giant chunk out of you that first round.
You know that a hyena's like bite strength can like crush bones?
Did you know that
What?
female hyenas basically have like genitalia that...
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's this whole thing. It's actually super hardcore when you think about it.
Yeah.
Nothing.
And your second dagger?
It's my only dagger.
Were you melee attacking with it?
No. I'm throwing daggering it. I
Okay.
can't go anywhere. I only have that much move speed. I'm honestly not sure how to use the ring of jumping. Like, what does it do?
It's not very useful in a flat setting like this. It's more useful if you're against flying enemies or with more terrain.
Okay, so I had 30 speed, which is exactly to put me like right there, and so I can't move back to throw the dagger properly. So I have to do it at disadvantage.
Mm-hmm.
And I
Yes.
can't roll today. I'm literally gonna kill my character because I can't roll today.
Gonna move right here
That's
then,
really fun.
Gonna move as well.
and we'll attempt to just kablamo. Nope, not today it
Oof.
seems. Not today it seems.
What is with these rolls?
Oh, but it does activate. Hold on, let me double check if it does.
I'm a firebolt.
Yeah, it does activate Blade Dance. So,
Okay, so it's 4 damage.
Aqua, is that every time? Okay, the wording is when you make an attack with a weapon you, from your divine armor you haven't attacked with yet this round, blades from your armor swing around in an arc around you. So technically, I haven't attacked with either of this weapon. Does that mean that it does it twice?
Yes, but it can only be affected once per creature. So it's not 8 damage, it's
Okay.
just 4 still. Now, if you
Okay.
divvied up the damage by, like, moving around enough, right, you could have, like, potentially hit that other hyena, for
my
example.
movement is severely limited until
Yeah.
later.
It's building up. It's getting there.
Yeah,
Alan, a
okay.
firebolt flies out.
Unless I die this fucking combat. But yeah,
Nah.
okay. The
Won't happen.
4 damage will take it, because that's a guaranteed damage. Can't miss if I don't roll. Alright. I hate this.
Damage on
Alright, roll the attack on it.
that. Oh. Don't know why just the thing came up, but whatever.
Oof, just barely manages to avoid the hit.
I'm going to kill my elf. Other than that, no, I'm kind of comfy where I'm at right now, so... As I realized we left Jacob alone again.
I'm fine.
Oh, no.
Wait, do you not have a turn?
He has a turn.
I
He just
used
has
all
to
my
die.
movement to get here.
No, wait, no, you haven't.
Hang on. Actually, leaving.
I'm pretty sure you
Okay.
started there.
You
No, that
started
was
there.
last turn.
That was last. You missed these steps.
Alan wouldn't have left him alone. Is it okay if I still attack?
What if
Alright,
I?
He had movement.
Yeah, they had
Oh,
movement. They thought they didn't, but they did.
Okay.
Yeah, I was inting.
Haha.
Aha, what if I
Inting.
inted?
That feeling when you play yourself.
Okay. I'm all done.
My accuracy is 100%. You just don't know what I'm aiming at. I like
It's high noon. It's high noon somewhere in the world.
Yeah, I'm actually aiming in a different dimension. You guys wouldn't get it.
Oh, okay. So you're actually hitting everything. It's just that nobody's where they're supposed to be.
Actually, they are in a different timeline there.
This is so sad. My bless hasn't turned the tide on anybody's hits. Either they rolled really well or they rolled too low.
Yeah, well, my dice just aren't working today. They're broken. I rolled 1 crit and Naga said that it doesn't count, so...
I just stole
Maybe-
everybody's luck for those 2 crits right there.
At the start.
Alright, were you doing anything else on your turn, Jacob? Or did you already do it? Something, and I just forgot.
I think I'm just gonna cast
Heal me,
Tony's
bitch.
looking. Yeah, Tony's looking
Yeah.
pretty injured, right? What
Pretty,
if
yeah.
what if I cast aid, targeting Tony and Nona and who else has been hit? Or I don't think Nona's been hit, but who else likes to get in the front? Alan. I'm gonna cast aid targeting Alan, Tony, and Nona.
Nice.
Nice.
Thank you, but also I have almost double most of the people's health here. Maybe aid for one of the squishies.
All right, you know what? I'll give it to Ash then, because Ash has been slashed at, and it might
Yes.
happen again.
Ash is the one currently being dragged off, so.
Is there a way to apply aid automatically?
Let me see if the convenient effects thing will do it. Let's see if I can get it. Did that work automatically? And who was the other people targets?
It was me. I was another one.
And Ash.
And me.
I've got it.
Oh, nice. It does do it. It does do it. So Tony,
did I do
Ash,
that?
and
I don't know.
There.
Oh, okay, there it is. Cool.
nice. And that also should stay as a toggle forever on your sheet. If you ever want to turn it on and off, you just have to double click the little icon that appears at the top right.
Oh, it is dumb.
Poggers.
cool.
I didn't
It's
need to
very,
put that on, but
it's very
Or
annoying
Poggers.
to click.
Cool.
I have a DMC 6 now.
Very cool. All right, it's the hyena's moves then. This hyena is still dragging Ash, and we will incur the opportunity attacks necessary for this to work. We see that they are dragging them directly toward the other hyena.
I shall hit it with my great sword. Please. I'm gonna kill myself.
Does the 17 hit?
Yes, their AC is 15. That will connect. Whew, maximum damage, 17 hits. What a hit.
Am I allowed to opportunity attack it?
You are being dragged and
Damn it.
grappled.
Okay.
They attempt to bite down onto you, but because the poison already ended, right?
Yes.
It rolled a
Well,
4,
it still
so
was a
not
10
good.
anyway.
Yeah.
Unlucky hyena sometimes, that's just how it goes. Let's see, what's this one going to go, what I think it's going to do? Yeah, you see that they begin to just try and just absolutely start devastating you, Ash, over here.
It's incredibly rude.
No.
Whoa! Very rude. Ah!
Oh my god.
Jeez. Okay, well,
Yikes.
oh, that's a lot of damage.
I'm absolutely.
I took 19 damage.
God!
Oh no.
Oh, I'm down. Yep.
And as you get downed, you see that the hyena seems to go into a frenzy and goes down a little bit here and tries biting down onto Tony as well.
Bitch.
Missing.
Yeah, that's right.
This hyena over here, I don't think it used its movement or its bonus action yet, so it actually will try and grab Ash right there, away from the other hyena.
I don't like this. I don't like this.
Snarling away with its jaws, it starts dragging Ash away.
What the?
As the other hyena, barks at it angrily.
Oh my god.
I don't like this. I don't like this.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That thing moves so fucking fast.
Alright, I think this one doesn't have any movement. Let me double check. No, I had a little bit left. Okay, that was it. Alright, and that's all that they can do.
Before I got unconscious when the first one attacked me, before I got knocked out, I was gonna say, I would have liked to have used, actually use my Hellish Rebuke.
Yeah. That would have hit
It'll
the,
go.
I think it was this one over here. Yeah. Okay, go for it.
Oh, I thought it was that guy.
Oh, for some reason when I pressed it before, it said I used it, and now it's not letting me. Oh yeah, it's not letting me because. Hold on, let me put my health back temporarily because it's saying I'm incapacitated, so I'm just putting random health there. Okay. All right. Yeah. All right. Let me see. There we go.
Incapacitated.
Oh, it is not letting me.
Huh. Odd. Let
It's
me.
saying because it says that I used it before when I accidentally put it up, and you were like, "No, you can't use it," and I don't know how to put the use back for me to roll it.
There we go.
All right, cool.
Yeah, I think it's because you were trying to consume an available usage because you have like 1 free or something. You just have to untick that box,
Okay, let's see.
and it makes a dex save.
Damn.
Oh. It will still
All
take half of the 2d10 fire damage.
Mm-hmm.
Go for it.
All right. Let's see. Why won't it let me roll? Oh my god, it is not letting me roll the damage on it.
Strange. There. That would be, what is that? 15, so 7 damage after the save.
Okay. Alright, anyway, back to being incapacitated. There we go.
There. All right, at the start of your turn, Ash, go ahead and make a death saving throw.
Oh boy, why me? Okay.
Since we haven't had death saves in chunk for some people, as a reminder, all starter turn effects happen before anything else. So, death saving throws happen before anybody can do anything. Okay, continuing. It is all of your turns again.
I can't get in range even with
Is-
15 feet.
Is there a way
I-
that I can like contest
I have
an athletics check for her?
You can I think you can just yeah, I would say that it would be an athletics contest against her athletics to grab Ash away.
Nona, I can help you move actually.
Yeah?
I can activate my Mantle of Inspiration, and I can target you with one of them. I'll target myself as well, and I'll target fucking Tony as well. So each of the people targeted gains 5 temporary hit points, and they can immediately use their reaction to move up to its speed without provoking opportunity attacks. So that could help you get closer.
That
And
would
then you could
absolutely
use-
help me get closer.
Yeah, and then you can use your
So-
regular movement.
It's 30, like 30 as a reaction and 30 more.
Yeah, 30 as a reaction and 30 as your regular movement. But it would mean you have no like opportunity attacks and stuff.
Okay.
Well, it's not really like I really have anything that's helpful in terms of reactions right now.
Besides opportunity attacks, but yeah.
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 Since I don't have my homunculus, I can't send it to go cast Cure Wounds on Ash, so I would have to like. I gotta touch Ash, but the thing is that they very much want Ash.
Don't
Question.
worry.
Question.
I can heal Ash.
Okay.
Okay. One thing I was gonna ask
20,
is, can I cast a
25,
bonus
30.
action spell as a regular action?
No.
Okay.
I think they got
Then
Ash covered right now.
As my
Yeah,
regular action, which of these 2 hyenas looks more okay?
This one.
But you could just hover over them and you can see that one of them is uninjured and the other 2 are
The one that's hurt, so I'm gonna use some movement to go here, and then I'm gonna cast blindness on this hurt hyena.
Tony, I assume that's 6 healing for me.
Yep, that's 6 healing for you. I'm gonna.
Which is really comical when I think about it, because it's like I'm just being like dragged like a rag doll, and you're like, here, like I'm still being dragged.
Actually, I'm sorry. I just realized that I can't get you out of there. So can I try the athletics first? Try to get you out, and actually, Nona, can you try to grapple so then my healing makes sense? Because I don't
I
have an
just
attack
attacked.
action anymore. Because healing hands. Oh, never mind.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you could have declared like you were intending to do that. If you had wanted to, Nona, it's fine.
Oh, yeah, sure. If you're okay with me attempting to grapple.
Yeah.
Yep.
Would that just be a athletics check?
Yes, contested against this hyena's athletics.
I just imagine just like them pull
Grapple
like a tug of war between like the hyena and Nona, just like drop it.
Yeah.
Oh, but that hyena.
Oh my god.
Damn. Oh. All right.
Hyena
did you
will
not
not
wanna
let
heal me
go.
then?
You can't. That'd be too retroactive at that point, I think.
Oh, okay. Never mind. I'm gonna take that healing back. Whew.
Yeah, you are healed. You're just not ungrappled.
Oh.
And I'm just gonna go over here, like right. I still have some movement speed left. So I'm gonna go right there behind you. Hopefully that they will attack you first.
Jake, Jacob, you attempt to cast blindness, deafness, but the hyena manages to barely resist the effects.
Oh my god.
It rolled a 14 on its con save. It needed a 13 or less. It needed a 12 or less to fail.
Very cool, Sag.
Rolling very unfortunately here.
That's all right.
Is what it is.
All right, so they're on that one. Should I focus one of these hyena right here, or? I only
We
got so
should
much
probably
movement.
try to kill the one that's nearly dead. Would be my
Yeah.
thought, but
Probably move our way towards the other group. We could try
You
sticking
know what?
together.
Yeah,
I
here
still
I'll
have a
I'll
bonus
go
action.
right here.
Oh boy.
Could I do something? I still have a bonus action. Could I do something?
If you got something to do with it, yeah.
I forgot I have this. Actually, hold on a second. Go ahead and do your turn, and then I'll.
Okay. I'm gonna go punch it.
I love it.
The hyena that got its prey taken away from it is about to get punched in the face. Let's see what happens.
If I can hit.
The hyena's not having a good day.
That makes two of us.
And then it will connect and...
Finally, my bless did something.
Crush its skull in!
5 thunder damage.
Better than nothing.
It now has disadvantage on attack rolls that are not me.
Blue.
What's your current
Double D,
movement,
double
Jacob?
die.
When I start moving towards the others.
Yeah, I think it's a good idea.
Okay, I'm gonna start making my way towards them as well.
Make my way towards them.
And at that one at death's door, let's see if I can actually hit something.
And crit.
Come on.
Eastol.
No.
Oh, it's not a natural one, but it still feels worse.
The gang meets some dogs.
This is so trash.
This is yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Who blasphemed against RN Jesus?
I'm gonna use my Celestial Revelation. Instead of moving where I moved over here, I'm gonna use Radiant Soul and go up in the air 10 feet instead. With my new wings.
Radiant consumption, you said?
Radiant Soul, yeah.
Oh, Radiant Soul. Oh. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, you're able to fly. For
Yes.
what is it, 1 minute? Yeah, 1 minute.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. I just didn't want to get hit by those bitches. So I'm hoping. I should 15 feet. 15 feet in the air.
Alright, is that everybody's moves?
I was gonna try to like scare it off, but I was like, shit, so as you grappled, that's gonna be bad.
No, I was like from what it sounded like Ash tried to when Ash asked about a fry, and it was pretty much said that the hyena was just gonna run away even with Ash in its jaws.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. Then the hyenas make their moves. The hyena at the top left tries to bite down once more onto Ash to try and knock him back down. And since they do not have somebody within 5 feet, that will deal 14 damage.
Oh man, I forget my armor rating is ass. Okay. All right. Yep.
And it goes ferociously because it has bonus action. With this,
Bonus
will
action.
it knock somebody down?
Mm-hmm.
Hold on, I'm thinking about something with the hyena. Give me a second.
Oh no. Oh no. That's not what I want to hear.
Okay, and so seeing that Ash has once again fallen down, it leaves for good. It ungrapples him so it can make its bonus action attack over at Nona.
Ah,
Okay. 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 Okay.
14 piercing damage, which gets reduced down to 7.
Oh, right.
Barbarian Rage.
Yeah, it will move over here
Mm-hmm.
in order to stay within close to its food as it snarls over at you with its teeth.
I snarl back.
Love this arm.
Nice dramatic effect. This hyena goes for the bites down onto you, Alan.
Oh
Let's see.
no.
Oh shit. That way.
Jeez.
Oh, shit.
19 piercing damage.
Yeah, that's an ouchie.
And the other hyena will follow up, but miss. Then, after missing that attack, let's see, it's going to go up to you over here, Jacob, and try grappling you.
You fucker. I'll get you for
An 11?
this.
You might be able to get past that.
You fucker.
Oh no, you rolled a natural one too. Oh, this feels so bad.
I don't suppose you could do that with acrobatics.
Yeah, mine is worse.
Oh, okay. Worth a shot.
Yeah.
You're going on
Alright.
a fucking journey there.
Let me see, this one just bit and that's it. It has a bonus action, so it is going to try grappling you, although it's... Actually, no, it's not. It's going to run.
No. I'm gonna punch him while he tries to run.
Alright, go for it.
+1 from enhanced weapon.
Ooh.
kidding me? Why?
Why can't we roll? What's happening?
I guess
Then you-
that rock's in its way.
The party die module.
Yeah, the hyena tried going for the bite, but otherwise it's out of here.
There's
We're
something
trying to
going
be.
on right now, I swear.
Oh my god.
Alright, it is all of your moves again. Ash, make that death saving throw.
I'm not done with this guy. I'm gonna cast a firebolt at him while Ash is making that roll. Or wait a minute, hang on.
Swooping down, you bop him on the head. Ah,
Nice.
Ash, make that roll.
Wait, what roll?
Death saving
death
throw.
saving throw.
Oh god, no.
I just realized I'm close enough to you.
Alright.
Alright, one success.
15. I'm gonna go ahead and cast Cure Wounds on Ash.
Holy shit. God damn. Alright. Whew.
17 bludgeoning damage. Woo! That's a roll.
Cure Wounds was not 22 HP, Ash.
Oh, I didn't press 22. I said 8. Oh, I accidentally pressed the heart button for fully. That's what happened.
That's 7
That-
HP.
okay. Let me see.
That's 7 more than you had before.
And an 11 on the piercing damage.
Where was the 18 coming? Oh, I was looking at mine. That's why. Oh, I'm just not paying attention today. Let's see. 7. Right, minus.
I dealt 32 damage to this one. I am gonna use
There we go.
the 15. I went back down to 10, and then went back up to. Sorry, minus 10, minus 10. I have 10 more feet of movement speed, which I'm going to use.
I don't
to,
think that
to go this way.
that thrown dagger shouldn't be able to apply DMC because you've already used a thrown weapon before to apply it.
Not this turn.
DMC is like you have to continuously be changing in
I am changing.
as in even if you use the thrown weapon once that combat, DMC can't be applied again from a thrown weapon again.
Okay, well then, whatever the damage is without it.
Okay, I'll just add that. There we go. Presumably, you have multiple things similar to a quarterstaff, though, so that's still gonna. Whap.
Yeah, I'm just like, for the sake of me like having not that many like things, I'm just changing the damage type. So I have like one piercing, one slashing, and then like I should add the rest of my weapons. I meant to do that, but I didn't for this.
Yeah, that's okay. I'll probably assume that the melee weapons are different ones and the thrown ones, so you apply the DMC once and that's it. With that
Okay.
one. Alright.
What else can I throw, by the way, other than daggers?
Clubs, I think? Hammers?
Javelins?
Something else. Javelins.
Shrink it.
Okay, I will get some variety.
Yeah. Do note that even one thrown weapon invalidates DMC pocket from any other thrown weapons because they have to be unique tags.
They have to be unique tags, but if it's like there's different tags. So if something is like melee and like a versatile, that's different than like melee and whatever else.
Yeah, we can talk about it more.
Okay.
So, should I continue going after this guy? The one that's in front of us, that's currently
Yeah,
trying
he's
to
wounded.
guard Ash? Or do I go after the one that's trying to run off with Jacob?
I'm gonna try to catch up to him, so
Well-
you can just kill this guy.
Focus on the top one. I can uncatch myself.
Oh,
Okay.
let me put myself here, actually. There we go.
I'm gonna get up close and personal and try to hit it then.
You've been cleaving so hard this fight, Nona. And looks like it's not going to stop. Let's see. Another 12 damage. That hyena is half dead.
I'm going to Misty Step 30 feet.
Come here.
I'm gonna Misty Step here.
The
Maybe
hyena.
towards Phoenix more.
I mean, I can still move.
Yeah, and I still have my regular movement also.
The hyena snarls confusingly.
I'm gonna tell him to shove it and shoot an Eldritch Blast. Surely I'll hit this one. First time all campaign. Oh,
Let's go. And it is 7 much damage. 8. Very reasonable amount.
Oh, were you shooting the one that wasn't hurt or the one that's running away?
well, I should shoot the one that's half dead, but I'm shooting this one because he snarled at me, and also I hate him.
No, understandable.
Did you know that when the dice appear like on the screen, you can like use your mouse just to play with them, anyways?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
it's so
And then
fun.
And then I'm gonna move 1, 2, 3, 4,
All right,
5,
I know that.
6.
I'll move right there. Gonna protect
Actually-
Ash and
Actually,
yeah, protect
I'm
Ash's
gonna-
solidarity.
I'm gonna stay up here actually, because you're.
I'm in the air, so I'm not next to you.
Oh, okay. Then I will be over here then.
I'm gonna
I'm
blast
flying.
this one. Let's see if I finally hit
cool.
something.
This guy is here is on death's door, unless you wanted to focus on this one.
That one's at death's door, but given it's
Oh, it
in
is-
my range, but it's a disadvantage. shot.
It is running away, so yeah, actually,
Mhm.
never mind.
Yeah, are we here to exterminate dogs?
No.
I don't think so.
I'm gonna go ahead and blast at this one then. Hold on.
Oh my goodness, how? This pistol is cursed.
This is clearly not Phoenix's day.
I'm gonna reconstruct that pistol for you, I swear to God.
You're using the wrong eye.
Could use attach a red dot side to it or something, I don't know.
Okay.
Are you left eye dominant or right eye dominant? That might be the issue here.
Alright. Anybody else? Or is that it?
I did my turn.
I think the only one who hasn't done anything is Ash.
Am I allowed to?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I put you back up at
Oh, fuck. Okay. Cool. Yeah, then I'm absolutely doing something. Here we go. I would like to use Let's see this.
Fading in and out of consciousness. It must be disorienting. That's a fun one.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Ooh.
Oh my god. Yeah, so anyway,
It's the blood
There it
loss. You
was.
don't know what you're aiming for. It's all just
Actually,
shades of beige.
you actually hit me, and I would take the damage.
Oh
my rolls are terrible. This is awful. Okay. Yep, that's my turn.
All right. Hyenas begin their movement. The giant hyena tries once more to bite down onto Ash.
Please stop. No! Like, should have used mage armor.
But it does not knock you unconscious.
Not even. Low damage. Not enough. Not enough.
I am so close to death. Again.
We're trying to fix that.
Sorry, I'm just double checking something.
Yeah.
I'm considering what the hyenas are doing. Give me a second. This hyena will go over to you, Jacob, and try going for its bite onto you as you are isolated.
Miss.
And
Jacob's a tanky boy.
Haha.
Oh no,
Oh.
not again.
Oh no.
the classic.
Ah, shit, here we go again.
no,
Alright,
oh no.
alright. Athletics, you fucker. I can only roll a 20 because I only have a +2 on this. Yeah, well. You son of a bitch.
No!
God damn it. This motherfucker.
This hyena runs back real quickly
Hey.
for a nice little chomp
Oh my god.
for 14 piercing damage.
Hey! 17 misses.
Oh
wait.
Oh,
spare you.
That's a 23.
What if I cast shield as a reaction? Oh wait, but that would bring my armor class to 23. and it
23,
would-
not enough.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
tragic.
Alright, so
Not
I
enough?
take, not enough! I take, what, 14 damage? Alright.
And then the hyena continues trying to run away.
I'm out of
Oh.
Misty Steps, guys.
Oh boy.
Mm.
I didn't cast
That-
Bless. That was,
I was like, that fucker who
Yeah.
ran away and then ran
Huh,
back in.
that is weird. It seems to think you have bless on something. Weird.
I'll hit end concentration just to make it stop.
You
But
ended
I-
concentration on bless somehow. A bless that you
never-
were not concentrating on.
I never. Alright.
It happens.
Yeah.
This hyena still has its bonus action left, and is it going to... Yeah, it's going to... Once again, try bonus actioning, Ash. It's gonna grab its food back.
Come on, come
I
on.
can't even unless I roll a net 20. This is ass. Okay.
Well, it's a chance. You
Come on,
missed
5% chance.
100% chance.
Oh, I was so
Oh.
close.
That's a cock tease. I'm gonna punch it.
Okay,
Yeah,
go for the punch.
Yeah, you guys get opportunities of attack. Yeah.
Nope.
You've gotta be kidding me.
Cat to be kidding me.
What?
Thunder Gauntlets will connect, though.
I don't know if it's not enough to like
Not enough.
8, and it is now blue.
Well, it's blue until the start of your turn, which is right now. So, it briefly became blue and then it stopped.
I'll make you blue again. I swear to God.
All right.
Alright.
Where?
All right. No, where I'm like using my spell. This is gonna work. Damn it! All right. I'm just. I'm using this again. Here we go.
Surely this time.
Please.
Let's see it.
All right.
That's a hit.
Let's go.
Oh! Yeah!
After being dragged around for so long, you reach your hand over onto its face and watch it shrivel into a husk.
I am low on iron right now.
Anemic, as they say.
I'm gonna try and escape from this fucker by using my action to cast or to summon Lucy, and like in its face, so it freaks out. In mechanical terms, I want Lucy to use the help action for me to escape this grapple.
I think they can only help if they have athletics also. No, they can help with it. Yeah, okay, yeah, go for it. Wait, hold on. You use an action to... No, Find Familiar is
Wait, is this
10 minutes, isn't it?
Is this the new
Well,
turn?
No, I have.
Yeah,
I'm
this is the new turn.
I'm just summoning her from the pocket dimension I dismissed her from at the start of combat. I'm not re-summoning. I'm not recasting Find Familiar.
I think you might need to recast in order to resummon it for Pocket Dimension. Let me see, I might be wrong. Oh
I
yeah,
thought you
it's
said
reappear in a neon occupied space. Yeah, go for it.
I can try to athletics check this guy.
Also an option. So
What if I rolled a...
wait, Jacob, if you use an action to summon,
Oh,
are you using an action to also athletics or?
Yeah, hold on. That doesn't make any sense. That doesn't make any sense at all. I'll just summon Lucy, and it wouldn't make sense for her to be able to do anything. No, she'll just get butchered. All right, I'll scrap that. I that didn't work in my head how I thought it would. What were you gonna say, Rose? Because it sounded like you were gonna say something about this guy.
Yeah, I'll try to athletics check him.
Okay. Well, I
Roll
feel
for
bad.
vibe check.
I feel bad because I rolled the athletic skill check.
No, it's fine. It's not a big deal.
Sorry, I can't fucking roll. I forgot.
Neither can they.
Holy shit! Okay, I free you.
Ugh.
Nice.
Thank
Rip
you.
from the jaws.
Yeah. But since I'm not using my
roll.
athletics on anything else, or since I have to roll an athletics check to help you, I'm not using an attack action, so I can't do anything else.
Would you like us to retreat from this guy?
Yes. Do you have enough movement speed? Because I can go back in the air.
I can, since I can cast the shield spell. How about I run away from it first to try and bait the opportunity attack, and then you can go up.
Okay.
So I'm gonna try and move back to the party, which will trigger attack from him. So I don't even need to roll. I don't need to cast shield. So I'm just gonna head back here.
Okay, and I have 1, 2, 3. I can end up here.
And so then, if that was
I'm
your
5
action,
feet in the air. Can you? Is there a way to change the plus 15 to plus 5?
It's on your token. It's one, like when you right click on your token, there's like a little arrow with a 15 on it. You can just change that to 5.
It does not let me.
So since it was your action to free me, I'm gonna use my
Yes.
regular action. This time I'm gonna shoot the 1 HP Death's Door Hyena who's running away with Eldritch Blast. Can I hit 2 in a row?
No.
No.
Oh, you cannot.
No, you cannot.
Ash, are you gonna move at all?
Oh, he is exactly in it's still in range of my
Thank you, Rose, for the
Ash.
save.
Don't thank me. He was the one that butchered it.
Ash, are you moving at all, or?
Yes, I should move. Good point. I will. Let me look at distance. Lord. Yeah, I'm gonna move away. Like.
Man, Drag Ruler has single-handedly become one of the best modules.
Right there.
It's so good. We love Drag Ruler in this
Drag my
household.
body away as best as I can.
I'll move up here to hopefully physically get in the way so they can't get to you. And then can I hold my action to attack once they get within range?
Yes, you can.
All right, that's what I'll do.
Phoenix
Can I
is
hold
gonna
that
walk.
to be a reckless attack or is it just a straight normal?
I believe it has to be normal. I'm not sure. Let me check. I think it says on your turn though, and since it's not on your turn, I don't think it can work. Let me see.
Okay.
Yeah, first attack on your turn.
Okay, then it'll just be a normal straight roll then.
Phoenix will move as such and fire at him while he's like that brief period he's right there. So let's see if I finally hit something. Come on.
Come on. Yeah!
Finally!
Kapow!
You swapped eyes!
Kablamo.
And this was at the really far hyena?
No.
Or the
Yeah,
closer
fire
one?
at normal. Closer one.
Okay. 4 piercing damage to it as you shoot it and then nick it, some of its blood falling a bit onto the sand.
I'm personally offended that this one came back after I thought I was going to run away, so I'm going to cast
Yep.
Firebolt at it.
Understandable.
Hey,
You were the chosen one.
I'm
You were
just,
supposed to defeat the Sith, not join them. 10 fire damage.
incinerated. And last thing it sees is that as it was turning or looking back over at what the action that was happening.
Incinerated just like Anakin.
Ooh.
Oof.
Oh god, I'm at peace now.
yeah?
All good now. All good.
Alright.
And yeah, I'll stay right here.
What a unit.
And Tony's flying.
I am flying. Yes.
What does it's just what does your angelic flying form look like?
Vanished.
It's actually like black wings. Kind of looks like some kind of raveny wing.
I imagined like Sephiroth.
Well, it's because like I kind of wanted it to match her hair, and since she has black hair.
Oh, okay.
Did your token
It's-
disappear, or is it just me?
I don't know where my token went. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't
Huh.
see it either.
Like too
That's
close
kinda
to the
spooky.
sun.
Sorry.
Ironic. She could save others,
Icarus.
but not herself.
Icarus.
Have you heard the tale of Darth
my
Tony
God.
Redgrave? Of course not.
There we go. Tony's
Only
back.
the Jedi would teach.
Tell your friends. Tony's back.
Tony's back. Back again.
Alright.
Back. Tell a friend.
Alright, the
Tony's
giant
back.
hyena makes its move. Then?
Okay.
I'm trying to like fix my inventory over here.
Not today, son.
Satan.
This hyena is booking it.
You fucking better. Do I get to slice
Fucking
at him on
coward.
the way out?
Yeah, you can. Although I think that unless you intend to chase it, it's probably far faster than it can be caught up with.
It was right next to Jacob, right? Was it in the square that was exactly 15 feet away from me?
It was right here.
No, never mind then.
Yeah, but
I don't get a parting shot.
This is just for the fucking morality of it.
Yeah, it's about sending a message.
Fuck this guy. God
Yeah.
damn it.
Should have
But that-
firebolt at him for good measure.
I'll get
Yeah.
you.
Man, this entire combat was cursed.
It's and if you ever come back, we'll kill ya.
The
We're
hyena
absolutely
whimpers away.
skinning and bringing the corpses of the other two hyenas with us, right?
Hang on, I'm chucking a firebolt at him while he's running away. Never mind.
We'll kill you if we can actually hit you.
Listen, that's too real. Oi.
Fuck you.
Alright, I am studying death, but I have perhaps investigated firsthand a bit too closely. Death, so I'm going to pop out my potion of healing. Oh,
I am glad to see that everyone at least made it out of this alive.
yes, me too.
Ugh, my
Okay.
outfit.
I'm a bit injured, but I'll be fine.
My outfit is dirty.
That was fun.
I don't believe I would call that quite fun, but you know.
Like I said before, I am absolutely skinning and dragging one of the hyena corpses along with me.
Oh, it's a good thing I have my handy dandy leatherworkers tools.
Phoenix is gonna get onto like the main road again, and he's gonna start observing the surroundings to see if maybe he can spot maybe in the distance like a town, something else, something at least that like a landmark of something.
And back in the direction that it looks like your footsteps came from, you're looking off, and you think you see like a little mountainous overpass there, like kind of like with the roads, which is good because you could tell the sandstorm is beginning to pick up.
We should probably start making our way towards where?
Take it away.
This direction, or this direction?
East or west?
West was the direction you kind of saw like the mountains overpass where like shelter almost.
North or south?
Okay, so I guess we're just continuing down west.
Not to be confused with West.
By the way,
Yeah.
kind of like I did with the other storm, can I like maybe see, maybe get a good gist of how long we have until it really hits us?
It's kind of hard to see because you were kind of already in it, if you can already tell.
Oh, okay.
Why can't I move my token?
I don't know. Maybe try dragging it out and then try again.
I can't even select it.
This is
Oh,
weird.
bad attitude.
Oh.
Oh.
But yes, you start making your way over to the west and keep moving as the sandstorm gets more and more blinding and blinding, but you can tell right there is certainly where the edge of it is. You make your way over and success, made it. You find yourself cover from the storm and you keep moving westward to somewhere that seems a little more familiar. At least you're not sure why it's familiar. You've certainly never seen this area before, but here's what is in front of you.
Oh, we're back in
As you
Blackwater.
as you get over to a spot that is more covered in shelter from the mesas and rocks over to your north and south, you find in front of you what appears to be a crickety old train depot of sorts, with rails extending to both the north and the east.
Rails, you say? The depot is loading.
I see. Where are we right now? The top or the bottom?
You came from the east side.
Oh, okay. Yeehaw.
Yeehaw Junction.
I'm still, Oh wait, no, I hear music now. There we go.
I know. There we
I
go.
was ready to
Should
refresh.
be in
I'm
the
really glad I
west.
didn't.
Oh, God damn.
Phoenix is gonna start slowly approaching what looks to be a railroad.
I've seen these since I left Eberron.
I've never seen one of these.
Agreed. This is my first time seeing such a setup.
It's quiet around here.
Uh,
What is the purpose of these?
It's these are generally these tracks are designed to carry a vehicle that runs off of an elemental core, powering it for great distances. It's a very sustainable form of transportation. There are railways like this all over Eberron.
how curious.
Sorry.
Is somebody snoring?
Oh, sorry. Can you run that by me again?
Can I
It's-
see? Oh, go ahead.
Train move, go fast.
Cool.
Can I tell what this skeleton is down here at the bottom?
It appears to be some kind of desert creature. Do you have survival?
Not proficiency.
Some kind of bones. Bones indeed. Bones McGee.
Does it
Bones
appear
for
like
days.
this?
I have survival proficiency. Well, I have proficiency.
I'm a
Phoenix
jack of
makes
all
his way to
trades.
the other side of the tracks. Is this like
that one appeared.
like
Oh, yeah. Oh, over there appears to be a door, Phoenix, that actually seems like it's in a maintained condition. And as you were looking down there to the south and looking at them bones, those definitely belong to some kind of what do you call it? Shoot, let me look at the name.
Critter.
Varmint.
Yeah, a critter. It's just a critter. No, let me see what it was.
Digging this music.
Tony, thanks for the save earlier, by the way.
You are welcome.
Glad to see everyone's okay. That was a near thing. We almost lost you, Ash.
Yeah, I almost died several times.
Christ, yes, both of you.
Uh, rest would be ideal.
Those beasts certainly were nasty.
I could not agree more. Yes.
Sorry, I'm trying to
I
remember.
do not recommend being dragged across the desert sands by overgrown hyenas.
Some kind of desert wyvern. That's what it is. That's what I was looking for.
Desert dragon. Oh, yeah.
this was a door you said?
Yeah.
Phoenix will open the door.
You go ahead and open it, and then the little bell jingles, and from inside you hear a voice. Oh, have you returned? Give me a moment. I'll be right there.
Phoenix enters without saying a word.
Alan will follow in. He's curious.
Inside it's fairly nicely furnished. There's a nice little couch that looks like it's been here for a while, and the place is decorated with little trinkets of little bones and other kinds of similarly desert-like souvenirs that give the place a little bit of a je ne sais quoi. But entering over, you see somebody descending down, floating actually down one of the stairs, down over into the room. Oh, it's a little cramped in here. Let's outside. As you see this individual. Let me show a picture of what they look like.
That's a
If
person.
I could. Yes, if I could. Yeah, there we go. Little gleaming lights float around them as they float by their legs, and very much not actually appearing to be there, because you can see through the bandages that there's only sand where their limbs should be.
Are those actual eyes?
They're like gleaming little lights that appear as eyes, yes.
Okay. Fascinating sorcery.
Indeed, I have not seen something like this before.
If I may inquire as to where exactly are we?
Excuse me?
Where does
Would
this
you-
lightning rail go to?
What? Did you hit your head out there in the desert?
I feel like we're supposed to
I-
know.
I'll just raise my hand and be like, I might have been yanked around a few times by hyenas, and as you can see, we are not in best shape. We hit our heads a bit. Could you help us recall everything? Blood loss does that to you, you know.
They seem puzzled and confused. Make a persuasion check, Ash.
Oh boy.
I'll let Tony just materialize next to me.
Sorry. My token
Instant-
was on that.
Oh, sweet. Well, now
Let's
I'm rolling
go.
at 20. Okay.
Wow!
I just look pathetic as shit, is what it means. Like,
Can I
Very
ask a
convincing.
question?
Very convincing stuff.
Yeah. Actually, do this first. And then I have a question after.
What's the thing you're doing?
Me?
Yeah, you said, yeah, let me do this thing
You
first,
said
and then I have a
do-
question.
you said
Oh,
do
this
your-
thing, as in this. Okay, I see.
Oh no, I was saying you do Ash's persuasion first.
All right, Ash. They look puzzled over at what's going on. Sorry, dear. And okay, so they have an excuse, but what's with? How are you unfamiliar with where we are? Looking at you, Phoenix. You seem uninjured.
We're a little bit lost over here. Took the wrong turn with the big sandstorm.
Their puzzlement, their confusion is just so visible on their face.
So they clearly expect
Phoenix
us
is
to,
actually
like,
just trying to
move.
think of something right now because he's terrible at lying, so he's not trying
Um,
to come up with one.
Can I make an insight check? So this person expects us to like know things that we definitely have no reason to know. Can I roll insight to see if this person is under the impression that they know us personally, or just?
Do you have a proficiency in insight?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, you can probably pretty reasonably deduce. They seem to be familiar with who you are, even their body language seems to have indicated it. And they are very confused why you don't know why you're here.
Yeah, that's why Phoenix is trying to come up with a reason as to how he can respond as in kind. What
Could be right back.
what he would probably say is
I have an idea, if you don't mind.
he doesn't want it to deceive. He never deceives. Phoenix is always up front. As he's probably gonna say
We
no, sure. Phoenix will probably say something along the lines of, my apologies. It's just that, with time, sometimes my memory just seems to elude me. If I could just get a refresher, maybe just some dirt got in my head or something.
And Jacob, you were trying to do something?
Well, I can't speak for my compatriots here, but I think we've been ensorcelled in some way, because the first thing I remember is standing out there, seeing my footsteps leading back here. We just followed them. Something happened to us. We don't remember anything.
Alright, in order then, Phoenix make a deception check and Jacob make a persuasion check.
Yeah, he's trying to avoid deception, but I guess this is how things go, huh?
Hell yeah.
I'm beginning to suspect that whatever happened out there has scrambled all of your brains. What exactly did you find? Did you fight something in particular? Some kind of lich-like creature? Or was it some kind of dreaded mind flayer, or perhaps a purple worm with psionic abilities? What did you fight out there? Are you all okay?
About that, right?
Maybe if you allowed us to rest here, we may recover some of our memories. But I truly don't know. I don't remember anything about the desert.
Just like when... That... Now we have two people that need rest then. Okay, or two groups rather. Well, I suppose I can send them off on an expedition in the meantime while you all take the time to rest a bit more and figure out more for yourselves, because I don't feel like going over all of the very common sense details you should know about by now. Perhaps by tomorrow, if not, your memories haven't shifted a bit, then we could go over a precursor, but otherwise it'd be like trying to fit a triangle into a square peg. but like one that's far too large for it, of course.
Right, I was gonna say, because if it's a big square, the small triangle is like no
So you
problem
just
at all.
you rotate the angle and then it still goes in. Yes.
Well, at least there's some of that humor you're known for. Well, you all go ahead and take the time that you need to rest up in the meantime. I'll go ahead and send Morik out on another expedition in the meantime. I think they should be okay by themselves.
I'm sorry. May I ask, Mork? Yes, Mork. Where is he right now?
You see that the door swings open. And a purple tiefling is right there.
Dun dun dun.
Well, now.
Phoenix is gonna turn directly at Sir Mork. Oh, Morik. Your family wishes for your return. You appear to be in good health.
Mm-hmm.
Fight.
You take a look over at your you're not sure what to call her. who's continuing to puzzle over. It's okay, Morik. Their brains have scrambled a bit from something they fought in the desert. As Morik looks, family. What are you talking about?
Mork, we can question about your memory at some other time, but you are a member of the Kimram family.
This is just a guy named Morik. Entirely different Morik.
Coincidentally.
Yes.
This guy matches the profile, right?
Yes, 100%. It is the same person.
Yeah. So Phoenix is not one for subtlety.
Jacob's just watching the situation. He doesn't really know what's going on.
You see their eye. You see Morik's eyes widen a little bit, but then they just go, I've never met you before. Do you have insight proficiency, Phoenix?
He does. He's cracked.
They're hiding something.
Look, I'm not entirely certain why you are here, but you must come with me. Come. I'll take you back home.
The person over here goes ahead and says, take them over to where?
Phoenix is actually just ignoring them.
Morik takes a look over at you again and says, I have an expedition to attend to. I don't have time for this. Go and rest up and get your brain back over to where it should be.
Phoenix is pulling out his notes. He's making doubly sure, this is the right person, right? There's nothing wrong with him physically. It's possible. Phoenix would like to look him up and down to see if maybe. Hold on. My detect skills here are not going to prove it. Evil and good probably will not help here. Well, hold up. Actually, oh no, because casting a spell is going to be very visible, right?
Yeah.
Dang it! I wanted to cast detect evil and good to see if maybe he was controlled by something. But actually, that's it. I'm gonna if I may possibly insight him to see if is he just trying to get away from me right now?
They seem to be mostly trying to shift away from this topic as you suspiciously look them up and down with your proficiency.
Okay. Okay, Morik. I'll be waiting for your return.
Yes. Then we can talk a little bit more. As you can see that with their eyes glanced, they look over at the person over to the right who still hasn't introduced us. They suddenly do state their name. Valen, I'm going to begin with the expedition, and we'll be back in a few hours. It's the same one that we talked about this morning. Ah, yes, Morik, go ahead and handle that. It should be easy enough for you, but don't put yourself into any danger. You don't have any backup this time. Yes, of course. I'll be back in probably exactly 2 hours from now. And then I'll return back here. That was awfully specific of them.
Huh. I'm going to lean forward to the floating woman with her lights and just be like, also, eh, remind me your name again.
Your poor sweethead. Just to make sure, keep some distance from me. I don't know if you're contagious with whatever that is.
Understandable.
Wow, okay.
No, you know, blood, all of that. That is the correct medical option for her to take.
Well, there's a number of possible explanations for what may be happening over to your memory loss, but some kind of psionic contagion is not outside of the realm of possibility. Should it not be one of that, then it might also be something involving undead afflictions, though I'm not aware of any that might be related to memory alterations in particular. Or if it wasn't perhaps that, then... Sorry. My name is... I'm Valen. Valen Sinastar. And I am your employer.
Okay.
I just got back.
Okay, Valen Sinastar.
Got me some popcorn.
Pop me some got corn.
Now, keep an eye on each other's condition. If your memory loss begins to start suffering even worse, then we may need to abandon the expedition a little bit earlier out here. Although the next train isn't for a while, and so we'll mend you up as best we can.
Are resting. May I inquire, or at least see documentation regarding the current investigation? Any details that we have? I would like to read through the notes thoroughly.
Your brain really has gotten scrambled. It's its opposite day. Surely you should understand that what we're doing here is not legal.
Uh-oh. That's
Phoenix
Phoenix.
is Phoenix is like if he could be twitching right now, he'd be twitchy.
I was gonna say,
Don't tell me you...
So
Don't tell me,
somebody-
Phoenix, that you have suddenly had a change of heart.
Somebody like make sure Phoenix doesn't lay himself on the tracks.
I'm going to hazard a guess here, and I'll interject and just be like, were we... perhaps I'm confused. Was it something with tomb raiding or grave robbing, perhaps?
So you do recall some things in specific then. Excellent. Yes, the tomb should be around here. A little bit further around this area, within a couple miles of a radius. We've investigated most of the western area. We're starting to investigate the east, so I thought that as soon as you saw that sandstorm, I imagine you began to make your way back over here before whatever happened. Or maybe it happened afterward? Likely not. After all, if you had been psionically attacked before you had turned around, then it's likely you would have been ambled and shamelessly lost out there inside of the desert, and I would have had to hire new people.
Thankfully that did not happen, but...
Thankfully.
I should like to lay down, I think.
Yes,
And
please.
recover my blood iron.
Please, I'll cook you a meal and everything. Just don't worry about the food. I have you. Take the time you need to rest.
Appreciated, Mistress Samastar. I'm gonna go inside and plop down.
Are we long resting? Why does my token keep disappearing, bro?
It is kind of weird, isn't it? I don't know what's up with that.
Phoenix is just like petrified still. The fact that right now they're doing is a crime.
Notice that I-
fiber-
Phoenix
every-
is like, this is illegal.
Noda's gonna
Every
put a
fiber
heavy
of his
arm
being.
on Phoenix's shoulder and just kind of pull him along with her into the room. Or into the building.
He musters no strength.
Aqua? I
Yeah.
have a question. I was like retroactively adding some weapons. I'm not gonna use them until like later if that's fine, but I just like bought a bunch of like martial weapons that are like basic weapons. I'm assuming that those can be found in the library.
Yes.
Okay. And the other thing is the Divine Armory says that I can only have 2 weapons in there. Is this what we agreed on, or did we change that? Because I'm pretty sure that I had more than 2.
What I thought it was like proficiency bonus or something, wasn't it? Or does it not scale?
Yeah. It scales, it's proficiency bonus, but right now it's 2. Is that right?
I think we'll look.
Yeah.
I think it'll be okay either way. We could just probably make it prop bonus +1, and that'd probably be plenty.
Yeah.
Okay. So, you enter in, Nona, with dragging Phoenix in alongside in with you. You see Valen floating over into the kitchen, and you can hear the sounds of food already beginning to start getting made.
You know, like when you put like a harness on a cat and they just become incapacitated. It's just what I imagine Phoenix is like right now.
If you could hear his thoughts, it's basically this is sacrilege, this is sacrilege, this is sacrilege, this is sacrilege.
You sure it's not
Is
just
it
like
is it that it's
TV static?
sacrilege or that it's illegal?
This is illegal. This is illegal. This is illegal.
Basically the same thing.
Well, sacrilege means like it goes against like religious ideas more.
Basically
like,
the same thing.
This is
Islam
this
is
is
religion.
the law. Like,
The laws of my religion.
oh my
Law is
god.
religion.
Is there anybody that's doing anything over the course of the next 2 hours? And the session won't last that much longer. Just to be clear.
I might play. Well, okay, I'm not actually gonna play Wonderwall, but I'm gonna play a song. For
You know-
an hour for a while for this woman, if she lets me.
Yeah, as you begin strumming along. I didn't know you had musical talent.
Yeah, and I'm gonna hit her with an enthralling performance. So I'm gonna need a little wisdom save from her, or be
Alright.
charmed by me for an hour.
Okay. Wisdom save. I'm not going to show you the roll though.
If she fails, she has no idea she's been charmed, which is lovely.
You're not sure if they failed or succeeded, but they do seem friendly as they have been for most of the period here. Being like, that really is such a nice song that you're performing.
Thank you. I've been sort of practicing without letting you know. Would you like to sit and talk?
Well, not right now. I have to go and make some food for Ash.
Fuck.
Don't worry. I got it. I'll just like push her out of the kitchen and try to take her place.
You tried to push them, but as you tried touching their try to like grab their arm, it phases into dust, and then the wraps around it return back to where they were.
So, how long have you known Morik?
Your memory too, huh? Morik arrived here only, but what's it been? We've been out here in this desert for so long. About 4 months ago, shortly after when they appeared. And
They appeared.
they appeared and stumbled upon us, and we took them in, and they've just become a part of the crew that we have in the meantime. They kind of just try and push Nona away. I need to do this myself. Shoo. Too many cooks, they say, in the one kitchen.
Nona will stand her ground. What happens?
Well, you can watch if you want.
No, she is gonna be full on busybody, trying to do whatever she can to help out in the kitchen.
Oh my god.
Are you trying to do this by like intimidation, or are you just trying to be like kind of persuasive in a body language way?
Neither. She's just there. I guess intimidation.
That seems pretty intimidating. Yeah, go for an intimidation roll.
Yeah. Still with like the hat, the bloodied skin of like the hyena over her shoulder.
Imagine, joke, who am I? Where I am disgusting.
No, she is not persuasive at all.
Yeah, they just hand you some potatoes. You can peel these if you'd like. It'll help speed up the process a little bit.
Yep. Nona will help out and peel potatoes.
We'll have our discussion later, Jacob. Let me finish this first.
As you wish.
Did you want me to turn that hyena into something, by the way, Nona?
I don't know. It has a certain charm all bloodied up like this, don't you think?
No, I just meant I know a bit of leatherworking. I could maybe make a pair of gloves, some boots, I don't know.
While she's in the
Huh?
kitchen doing stuff, Phoenix is going to explore this building, perhaps, to see if he can find any other illegal contraband.
I mean, if you could turn this into some sort of shawl, I'd be very interested. And she'll just kind of shrug off the skin.
A shawl?
It'll just like flop to the ground.
Alan, have you heard the joke about all that rogue leatherworking?
Wait, sorry, what was that? I didn't hear.
Have you heard the joke about all that rogue leatherworking?
Rogue leatherworking? I can't say I have, no.
It wasn't even paid.
Whew. Like, no, it doesn't... I can't say I have heard that one.
I came up with it myself, if you can believe that.
You don't say.
Phoenix is looking for maybe quarters that that Mork would have been using.
Yeah, you're looking about, and this cottage, almost, this building, is not super big. It's got a kitchen, it's got a living room, and it's got what's close to a barracks with 5 bunk beds, 2 apiece, for a total of about 10 people.
Phoenix is gonna raid the one that looks like Mork's.
Alright. You go start raiding through and find that Mork seems to not have left much with them. With your perception, you do recall seeing them leave with a bag, though, on their person, and suspect that may have just been the only backpack they have.
In the meantime, we're just gonna try to, like, see what meager time we have just to, like, tan the hide, turn it into, like, leather. Usually these, like, stations, like, in games, they have, like, one of those, like, tanning racks, just because it provides extra ambience.
Actually, Phoenix, should we follow Mork?
I want to, but I don't think it'll be wise to go out by ourselves.
Well, I mean, have you ever caught someone on the run by staying still? We gotta take a chance. How would you and me slip out while our host is distracted?
Phoenix seems to ponder the issue, as he says, "It's not that I never caught any big-time criminals, but this is actually probably my biggest case."
All the more reason to seize the moment.
Make me a persuasion check, please.
Now speaking my language.
Fuck me. That's fine.
Phoenix actually will agree with you. Okay, let's go.
No, we'll try to be distracting. She will knock over some pots.
Oh my god.
Oh, your coordination has also devolved due to whatever psionic happenstance happened. Here, let me get that for you. As you see them extend one of their arms, the dust swirls from the bandages and lifts everything back up to where it was supposed to be. There.
As we step out, if any of the party doesn't notice us stepping out, I'm going to message them that Phoenix and I are stepping out, just so that we're both accounted for.
Alan would notice, because he's outside trying to tan leather.
Phoenix is going to go ahead and start making, or at least heading in sort of the direction that he saw Mark going in.
Yeah, to the north, and toward the one of the caves with these little railroads in them.
Dude, Phoenix is going down a dark path. Next time we see him, he's gonna be like smoking Jewel or something.
Oh my god.
Oh no, Phoenix!
I will taint him. It is my mission.
Jacob, do you have survival?
I do not. I do have jack of all trades, though.
Okay. Phoenix, you also don't have survival. However,
He
you
doesn't
saw
have
that
survival,
Mork
he
went
is-
over in this direction, and you were watching, and they went into the right one over here.
Yeah. Phoenix is cracked on investigation and perception.
I mean,
You enter over into that little railway over there, and you can already, even in echoing down the cave, you can hear the sound of like a pickaxe hitting something. Clink. Clink. Clink.
I just look at Phoenix and shrug. I'll also bring Lucy out of her little pocket dimension.
He can't really see in the dark, so he's gonna go ahead and cast a light spell. He's
Mhm.
gonna start making his way in.
I'm also gonna cast guidance on you. Guidance.
You begin making your way into the dark tunnel illuminated with the light.
Oh wait, I can hear the clinking sound, right?
Yes.
How far?
You hear it. It's probably about a good 1,000 feet away. It echoes quite far down this tunnel.
They are quite deep. Do I hear anything else in there?
No, that's it.
Yeah, Phoenix was like, I approximate from the sounds of that clicking, he's about 1,000 feet down.
Assuming we reach the clinking sound uneventfully, I would like to cast Disguise Self on myself to seem like this woman.
Okay, so you're disguising yourself to take a look to look like Valen.
Yes.
Okay.
I want it to seem like I'm hovering, even though in truth my legs are walking on the ground normally.
Got it. All right. So you go ahead and head down to the tunnel, and it takes a few minutes of walking until eventually your light pierces around a corner and the clinking stops. And you see right there at the end is definitely hold on, give me a second.
More.
As you turn around the corner, Phoenix, to go, finally, we're alone, and hey, Valen.
Morik. I suppose this is enough charades. Why are you in this book? Your family has...
What book are you talking about? There's no such thing as a book.
What the fuck's a book?
Yeah, you insight. They are very clearly attempting to lie, but you also notice something more specific, Phoenix, is that their eyes are darting over at where Valen is floating behind you, or Valen in quotation marks.
I'm Jared. I'm 19. I don't know how to fucking read.
True.
Sometimes I go through Twitter and wish I was Jared 19.
I just have my arms crossed and I'm sort of scowling at Morik. I don't think I can mimic Valen's voice, so I'm trying not to talk.
I think he may be on a cooperative while you are in that form. I do apologize. So Phoenix is gonna turn back to Mork. We are in a book, Mork. We already know this to be a fact.
There is no... What do you mean in a book? Do you mean like standing on top of a book? There is no such thing as being in one, but I have read one recently. You can tell that they seem to be trying to imply something here, Phoenix. And it was a fascinating tale inside of it. It really is engrossing, isn't it? Isn't it?
Put my head in my, rub my fingers on my jaw as if I'm exhausted just at hearing him make these excuses.
And the interesting thing about stories is very, very much how there are parts to play in them that don't work if one were to become aware
What's the
of...
longest time you've been engrossed in such a book?
I'd say that it's been far too many months that I've been reading this book and being cautious about trying to make sure that only those who are also engrossed in the book are discussing with me about the book, because I don't want to give spoilers to anybody else.
Phoenix is gonna clearly look at Jacob. You can drop the disguise.
I do that.
Okay, I figured something was going on. The usual effects weren't occurring. This should be a safe spot to talk.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure you picked up on the message when I was trying to get us alone to discuss things.
Well, I certainly did. Now. Well, I certainly did not, but my companion here has convinced me. Now, why is it that you are still in this book?
Something has gone horribly awry. For one, you need to be more cautious. Don't you understand that if the book is working as you might expect, that you can't just be telling people in a book that they're inside a book? It destabilizes things.
Destabilizes? What do you mean by this?
As in, it could catastrophically cause the area around you to be, well, fall apart. The more that they become aware of their own existence inside of here, it threatens all of you and it threatens me.
I'll tread carefully then. But I am told that I'm to bring you back to the Kimran family. Though, why exactly have you been in this book for so long?
Well, that's the other thing. So, I discovered the hard way that you can't simply be upfront about what exactly is going on with appearing inside of these books, as they were. This was one of the first ones that I had tried after a few others searching for some information. And after it was destabilized and I found myself outside the book, I found my... it's difficult exactly to describe the feeling. Do you know what it's like for your skin to feel like it's peeling away, but there is no pain to it? It's like becoming paper.
No.
And I persisted anyway, trying once more, and wouldn't you know it, a purple worm got me while I was out in the desert. And when I awoke, here I was. And nothing I've done ever since then has gotten me out of this place. Every time I perish, I return right back here to the depot with the same conversation every morning. Good morning, Morik. Are you ready for today's expedition? Good morning, Morik. Are you ready for today's expedition? Good morning, Morik. Are you ready for today's expedition? I have been trapped here inside of the same damn chapter.
It's like that tale, Floorboar's Day.
Oh, there appears to be something particular happening in this one, and we have to be very cautious. Did this only occur after you had destabilized it?
No, if I had to make a guess, I would surmise that perishing too many times causes one to be stuck inside a book. And that's my fate right now. Here I am, stuck in perhaps this spot with far too much sand.
Well,
Never have too much sand.
question. Do you want to go home?
I know nothing more than to get out of this place. There's only so many times you can hear the same conversation, and my memories seem to persist between. But what am I to do? I can't do anything. I don't know how to advance this place either. I'm stuck no matter what I try.
What have you done thus far to attempt to end this chapter?
I've tried going over more to the east, and I've tried seeing if maybe mining here would work. I've been working at this one for a while, as you can see from this tunnel. I tried seeing if there was a certain conversation I was supposed to have with Valen, sorry. I was trying to see if maybe I needed to simply walk along the tracks, or what it is, but ultimately, There's only one thing I have discerned from what Valen wants. And the way out of here might be related to that.
What does she want? I can't really get a read on her.
She seeks to become immortal. As that is where the session will end.
Ooh, okay.
Suddenly, character motivation.
And we level up.
Mork, do we level up?
More totally let us level up.
Very interesting.
We're gonna be level 3 for the rest of the campaign.
Forever and ever and ever.
Well, we do seek a cure for death, don't we?
Yep, that's the thing about immortality.
Yeah.
I was not expecting to find Mork here. That caught me off guard. I thought he'd be in one of my chapters, especially because my thing is pulling me somewhere else.
I know, unexpected.
Maybe
What
you
twist?
don't want what you think you want.
Maybe it wasn't
Dun, dun,
pulling you in the
dun.
wrong direction.
Yeah, that's the thing. So it probably wasn't, and then that just means that the way to free Mork has something to do with what I'm looking for.
Mhm.
Could be. Oh
Just
boy, good
hazarding a
session.
guess.
So he said he was dying to the purple worm.
He has died to the purple worm.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
See.
We should ask him. Well, never mind actually.
We'll
because I was gonna
probably
say-
start doing the asking next session.
Yeah, I know. But I was gonna say we should ask him how he knows what his role is, or is it more like trial and error?
We'll
It'd
keep it in mind.
probably be also helpful to know what the expedition is.
Yeah, because especially since she
Mhm.
talked that the train was going to be here in a while, so
Also, how did we get out last time? Because it seems like
We finished
Jeez.
the chapter.
yeah. So
We
we
fulfilled
finished
the goal.
chapter.
the chapter was to basically leave the island, and we
Yep.
Mhm.
succeeded on it.
Right.
Oh, right, you weren't there.
Right, but like, so once you finish the chapter, like, how do we know where this chapter is? Because if he's been stuck here for a long time, then like,
That's the fun part. We don't.
I mean, that's why I asked like some other questions as to what has he done thus far to attempt to end the chapter.
gotcha. Okay.
My guess is that it sounds like that purple worm is the key to all this.
Yeah, either it has something to do with either locating the purple worm, attempting to figure out the key to immortality. What's the title of this book again?
The what is
Optic
it?
something or
No,
wait,
The canopic being.
canopic being.
canopic.
You know, like
Canopic
canopic
being.
jars. Yeah. Mhm.
Canoptic.
Not
Yeah, but
optic.
you're not looking for like lichdom, so
Like a canopy.
yeah, the canoptic.
No, like canopic, canopic, like
Mm.
canopic
Canopy.
jars that were in,
Yeah,
you know,
like-
Egyptian tombs that had like, oh, that's where that dude's liver was put in. Like,
Right.
Yeah,
the sun
but
off.
I mean
Yeah.
that's either a mummy or a lich. But like
Yeah.
you're not trying. Your intention is not to be a lich, right?
It could potentially be a mummy lord.
It probably is a mummy lord.
mm-hmm.
Did we ever verify what the expedition was? I know it has something to do with grave robbing. And do we know if Mork actually did what he was supposed to do in terms of the expedition?
It's
I
another
think
question
he's
we gotta
been-
ask.
I think
Yeah.
he said he's been dying before he got anywhere.
No, well, from what I've heard, it sounds like he's more running away from whatever the situation is being put in front of him. Like he was talking about how he just started off and wandering, and then the purple worm got him. He's been mining instead of actually going to wherever the graveyard supposedly is. He's just running off, not actually
I see.
doing the quest objective. So to
He's
speak.
just trying various tasks. It's kind of like how we
Mhm.
had several players digging inside of the fecal matter of the kraken.
Mhm.
It also
Gotcha.
it also sounds like I imagine it's quite hard to kill a purple worm on your own. So
Yeah, that's fair.
Those things are not easy.
Another question to ask is if he's seen another group of adventurers, but then again, these books are pretty, I would say, not not something that everyone reads, given the absolute magnitude. What's the chances of someone picking up this particular book to read? I guess.
Yeah, especially with how limitless the library is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I added a bunch of weapons and also changed the icons of my weapons. So look how cool my greatsword looks now.
Ooh.
If I could roll.
By the way, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
Go for it.
Yeah, Aqua, you're not going to be here next session, right?
Right. I meaning to mention that I will be gone next weekend because I'm going to be in Florida.
Wow.
Yes.
Have
So
fun.
I
Yeah.
I can probably have a one shot ready for next week if I have people down for it. Once
Guess
again,
who's on mandatory overtime?
Time to bring back the call.
once again, it's just a matter of as long as I have 4 people, I'm willing to proceed. So
Sure.
Yes, I'm down. I loved that campaign.
I wish I could.
I'll be sure to come so you all don't miss my juicy pecs, you know.
Oh, I already missed them.
all right. So I mean, it sounds like the majority is, and I'm pretty sure I can probably get Wiz on board if I ask him early enough. So that'll be at least 4. If so, that's the case. I have 3 current case files that potentially I could work on. So I'll have it ready by next week.
Oh
So-
wait, crap! That's right. You said we level up to level 13. I gotta do that.
No worries, dude. I could just keep you guys at level 12 or something. And joking.
No,
I'm not
level
gonna do that to you.
13.
I'm not gonna do that to you since I even said you guys could have it. Anyways, the 3 case files are going to be, one is going to be in what appears to be a weird western. I know, right?